a new week. I know we're all poised to face the week, especially for political actors and political watchers, because Akwatia is heavy in the news. A lot is happening in Akwatia, especially with regards to security concerns. Both political parties are heavy in Akwatia. All did their campaigns and their campaigning still in Akwatia. And just so you know, we have pitched grounds in Akwatia. We have sights and sounds that we'll bring to you here on this show. Yesterday, the NDC held its final rally in Wedua in the Akwatia constituency, and a lot of political actors also from the NPP are in Akwatia. They've been speaking. Some members of parliament have actually put their members of parliament on the line, or their MPship on the line for this particular seat. That's an interesting thing to look out for. 5,500 police personnel have been detailed for Akwatia. If you're going there to foment trouble, mind you, the Black Maria is on standby. That's the prison on wheels. They will whisk you into the Black Maria. So as you're going there, drop your weapons or any ammunition you have in Accra. Go to Akwatia if you're from Akwatia and you have to go and cast your ballot. Then go there, cast your ballot, and wait for the sorting, counting, and final declaration. Do not go there and cause trouble, because the security personnel will be on your tails. There's a lot that happened over the weekend, but I'll tell you about all that. Homowo is in the news, and I'll tell you also about one of the very few ministers that a lot of us have overlooked, and she's doing so well, and so there's a need to pat her on the back. That's the Greater Accra Regional Minister. I'll tell you about her shortly, but let me tell you what day today is. Today is World Letter Writing Day. Today, write a letter to your loved one, you see. Every year on September 1, World Letter Writing Day encourages people worldwide to pick up a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write a letter. It's also a day to learn about the art of letter writing. In this digital age of text and email, it's almost unheard of to sit down and compose a letter. However, according to research, there are good reasons not to abandon letter writing altogether. One more reason to write a letter instead of a text or email is that it forces you to really think about what you're writing. Far too often, we hurriedly send texts and emails without really thinking about the impact our words have on the receiver. With a handwritten letter, you're forced to be more careful with the words that you choose. So today, pick a pen, put it to paper, and piece down something for somebody. It could be your boss, it could be your colleague, it could be to your significant other. But make sure that you write a letter today, because today is World Letter Writing Day. But as we start a new month and a new week, let me motivate you. Our motivation for this morning is by Vexkin, who says, don't save your flowers for funerals, give them while people can smell them. So, let's celebrate people while they are alive. Let's celebrate people while they are doing well. Let's not wait till they are no more and say, oh, do you know that there was a certain regional minister who was doing very well? Let's celebrate them today without remorse and without looking at your back or looking at the things that people will say. Celebrate people. Nipa hu here. Let me help you write better English and, of course, speak better English.
Time for word of the day. Today's word is D-R-O-S-S. Dross.
Dross is a noun. Something that is dross has poor quality or is of little value. Nurain, since you brought the word, give us an example.
Nakwale was furious because the production was pure dross.
So that's a new word for you, dross. Please get your mind out of the gutter. It's early in the morning. Let me pump you up. Earning your keep on a beautiful Monday morning, which begins a new month. Now, a lot happened over the weekend, and Homowo has been in the news. And Homowo has been in the news for the good and the bad reasons. There's been a lot of violent clashes. Over the weekend, some persons around Sotom Omaijo were involved in a clash over Akwatia sprinkling, and unfortunately, some people died. I mean, for a festival that should bring us all together, you would expect that it will foster unity amongst us, but rather there's chaos, it's characterized with violence, and this is not what we expect in our various communities. And so the police have come in to speak on this matter. They've issued a communique to this effect. It's in the violent clashes in Sotomananya, and it says preliminary investigations revealed that a misunderstanding broke out between followers of two rival chiefs during the sprinkling of Pokoi. So that's what characterized this particular violence that we witnessed around Sotom Omaijo, between Omaijo and Anya. Now, 3 persons, Abubakar Ramadan Saba alias Ni Kwashibu Theophilus Niamu Kwajan and Joseph Shai Budodu, lost their lives in the violence. Additionally, 4 individuals, Enoch Anevo, treated and discharged Samuel J. Nathaniel Doku and Frederick Lati alias Ni Obrafo, sustained injuries and are receiving treatment at various medical facilities, including Kolebu Teaching Hospital and then the Rage Hospital. The bodies of the deceased have been deposited at the police hospital mortuary for preservation and autopsy, while the injured are receiving treatment. It's quite unfortunate. Now, still talking about Homowo, in Pram, there was a celebration of Homowo where the Greater Accra Regional Minister represented the President, Linda Obenewa Akwili Oklu. Now, I told you this earlier, that she's one of the people that a lot of us have overlooked, but she's doing so well. She's taking a lot of the criticisms in good faith, and she's wearing them as strength, and she's doing well. For us as women, we celebrate women who are doing tremendously well. I know that over the past week, there were issues about the welcome, Akwaba, Obaken, and she waded into the conversation and she received a lot of backlash. But you saw that the Gamanche himself has come in to say that, well, this is the state of Accra, it belongs to us. But she has also come out to say that she's consulting widely. And I think that is a step in the right direction. It's something that we should celebrate her for. It's something that we should pat her on the back for. So kudos to the Greater Accra Regional Minister. We see all the works you're doing. The Ramsar sites, you are protecting our environment, cleaning and ensuring that our environment is safe and sound for all of us to live in harmoniously. So that's our way of celebrating people. For us here, once you do well, we will celebrate you. And then Akwatia is also in the news. We go heavy on Akwatia in Inside Out. So a lot of things have been said in Akwatia. Mind you, I told you that the 2 main political parties, the NPP and the NDC, are heavy in Akwatia. All the political actors you can think of, almost all the members of parliament are in Akwatia as we speak. And a lot of them we've been engaging. And they've been giving us interesting points on winning Akwatia. One of such figures is Kennedy Ohene Ejapon. He's been speaking about the NPP defending themselves.
We are going to protect every voter in this constituency and make sure, sir, Obia casting a vote. Abra and Tokwa NCA. We are law-abiding party. Ne momo omu bisia yebetwa. Obia nyebe mancha obia. Ya mami enyinsa ya bosume nkron. Wa wo dia pa wo kra na wa bosume tu. Adenti na atra mani pada sani esisi. The mesra mo e brother munya kukudro. Na mkodi line no so. No bia tunaba. Sa utu abani wiya. Me ba e metie mo nyumu ya mo boy. Osie wuo. Mo bonesia mo kire se ampa. Mo koko na mo nsuro bia. Eba no me nsa obia mejira police station. Na wo hwe bi. Na fe yanhwe mema. Omsi omba tam ballot boxes na akọ. A police force me touch na womo. Ya respect mo. Ye bumo. Na nanu bia bia mo ya wa blekuma no. Mo ya ye baba mo show down. Trouble. If you say a police for Jinaho, now you're Pejaka Brani actually. Appear to me and carry and not defend yourself. I said defend yourself. By 3 o'clock, we will be at the polling station to man the polls, and we shall see the men in this country.
Well, Kennedy Ohene Japan says he will give the NDC a showdown. And the national youth organizer for the party as well has spoken about showdown. It feels as though it's going to be a whole showdown in Akwatia.
We are sounding this caution, okay, that we do not want to see masked police people, police. We don't want to see any. And this goes to the IGP. I have already posted this out. We don't want to see masked police people. Every police officer must have their name tag, and we should see the face of the person. Otherwise, we will treat the person as a tag. The NDC are organizing to bring tags. Here, there will be a showdown here. Because we are not here for experiments. Do you understand? We're not here for an experiment. We will not allow people to come and play with our lives. Not at all. I want a peaceful election. I have come to meet a peaceful society. I want to finish and go and live a peaceful society. But if some bad people are planning that for them to win, they have to come and engage in voter suppression. They want to come and misbehave. That's why we will not allow it. Nobody will. So we are also here in our full force. And by the grace of God, if they want a showdown, we are ready for a showdown.
Interesting. Well, the national organizer of the party, Henry Nanabuache, says he's also waded into the thugs comment where he says that if they see people masked, they will treat them as thugs.
For me, the NDC candidate was an attack. Look, they came for this 1 week. For me, they were dressed even inappropriately. I saw the deputy secretary in a certain khaki. It looks like they are not perturbed by the death of our beloved, of our brother. General Shedun Ketia was just in a certain smock. I saw my brother Yamin in a certain t-shirt. In fact, the candidate himself, he was in a white attire also, white or pink attire. And when General Shedun Ketia was coming, he was doing the sign. Very, very inappropriate. You saw it. You are coming for the former MP's 1 week observation, and you are rather coming signaling that there will be a certain death, there will be a certain chaos, and you are doing this. Very inappropriate. They did not attack anybody. They were rather protesting against the inappropriateness of the addressing. For me, it was so bizarre, and I do not understand. Look, recently, the NDC lost, some of their ministers. We went there. A lot of our MPs were there. I was there. We were appropriately dressed. You are coming for a 1 week observation, and chairman is in a certain colored smock. The deputy general secretary in a khaki. The candidate himself in a white or pink attire. And they are the national chairman doing the sign. What kind of life is this? What kind of attitude is this? They did not attack anybody. They were rather protesting
the actions, the attacks they had won triggered the protest from the
and particularly the sign. I saw him, I personally saw him. Even when he was coming, they were coming to the days to greet the dignitaries. He was right behind me and then he was doing the sign.
So I'm sure you all witnessed the seeming chaos that characterized the NDC going into the 40-day remembrance ceremony of the late NSC Akumi. They were prevented from going in there. Now, the national organizer of the NPP, Akwatia, has explained why they were prevented from going in there. Now, the national chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asedi-Nketia, has been speaking on what President Mohammed especially wants for Bernard Bediako.
Abuja for anyumre yedino tenten bia yanemu abekasa be na ocha abetwamu asopa wo hoi enchare asemtie ana asempapa so etia enu nti yaba se yeba ni abepere Akwatia empuntuo yama ntokwako yama temdidie enuntina empani se uko enoma kromu a wunyi yi prebuo wakwan so enunti every sabre ye focus kosi se breda ye beto abana wie na die nti a ye ba no ye nsa beka na ye de lawyer Accra Parliament. And one everywhere. Obia Becount Aqua Enfino. Obia Becount Aqua Messia Day Enfino. One campaign or a day at Zoom. Campaign in ye. Mose. Yati Hai.
All right, so that's the national chair of the NDC, Johnson Asedi-Nketia there. Well, he was admonishing his followers, particularly members of the NDC, that if somebody tries to foment trouble, if somebody looks for your trouble, just ignore. It's just about election. They're just going in there, cast your ballot and go home. When it's time for sorting and counting, come back and witness the process peacefully. But let's take you to Akwatia, and a man on the ground, Ibrahim Alassan, is stationed there. Just so you know, there are about 5,500 police personnel dotted in and around Akwatia. Now, yesterday, the police embarked on a community assurance patrols in and around Akwatia, just to ensure that there's peace and to tell the residents there that, well, everything is under control. Do not be afraid. I know that some people are already jittery that, hey, this is a big deal for either of the two main political parties. So some persons, I understand, have decided to leave the community. But just know that, you see, look at the people you have on your screens. The police is ready. Everything will be curtailed in the instance of trouble. Let's head to Akwatia. A man on the ground, Ibrahim Alassan, he's the head of political affairs here at the EIB network. Ibrahim, good morning to you. You're looking well, by the way. How's Akwatia and what's the atmosphere there?
Well, Lily, thank you for the rundown. Indeed, you've given viewers everything that
they need to know about Akwatia. Relative to security, as you ended off. See, I've never seen a number of uniformed and armed, sometimes, police officers in one particular enclave in these numbers. Yesterday, what the police did was to show the people of Akwatia that they are in town. A chrome kind of vibe, because they move not just the personnel here, but the accoutrements as well. Their vehicles are patrolling the community ostensibly to assure the residents here that come tomorrow, they should not be intimidated. They should not think twice in moving out of their various homes to exercise their franchise and getting a replacement for the late Ernest Yao Akumi. So that's on the security part. In fact, in every minute, in every second, you either see a uniformed policeman or woman or a vehicle. Yesterday, and of course, I'm sure that there are people who might not have even wanted this to be put out. We equally saw a number of military men with their armored vehicles moving through Akwatia and headed towards Kede and then beyond. What I envisage happening is that they are on standby. In case anything happens that will require their presence, be rest assured, Lily, that we will see the green men here as well. But of course, as far as Akwatia is concerned and the security here is concerned, it is the police that we have seen on the ground, and they are ready per the assurances they've given. Now, today, you might think that by convention, and that's not by any law, Lily, by convention, the political parties are supposed to wrap up their campaigns yesterday. And so, yes, last night they did that. The MPP went to its strongest hold in this constituency, Wenchi, and I'm sure by now every viewer and listener will know about that community called Wenchi. That's where the late Ernest Yao Akumi hails from. That has always been the stronghold of the NPP. And so yesterday, Kennedy Ohene Japan made his way there, and I'm sure you brought the bite to viewers as well, where he made those comments that say NDC for this year, MPP for Bitra, to wait. They will not start the trouble, but if the NDC decides to start the trouble, they will not run away. He's asked the MPP supporters here to defend themselves, and that they have learned a lesson or two from what happened at Ablekumanov. The NDC equally here, cabinet ministers here and there, Sam George, Jifagomashi, Elikrima Krugu. We spoke to all of them yesterday. They went from one chair to the other, canvassing for vote as well. This premises where we find ourselves. Yesterday, the NDC held this final rally here, mini rally, just as NPP did in Wenchi. And like I said, it's about crossing the T's and dotting the I's, garnering all the votes as much as possible. Today, they will tell you they are not campaigning, but Lily, they will campaign. They are knocking on doors, and then they are doing door to door. I have some residents here. Of course, they are the individuals who matter. Let's find out from them whether they are ready for tomorrow. Who are live on GH1 TV. Akwatia, Edian Asasa from Musa Manfo Baha, MPP, NDC, Edian Awokafa.
Oh, Akwatia Yobutu pa to in fact. It's in we hope bet say election no ebeto din yempe basa yobia and ye jidin to say basa yobia no ebesi. So we are hoping for the best.
Okay, talking about hoping for the best. See, I can say what are the pressing needs of this constituency? Personally, what will you tell me?
Oh, okay, Akwatia de here. Ya kwam bebre na anye. Yeah, ya kwam bebre na anye, and we need more facilities and ejuma so ni kronim. It's very important saying am be adom na se do betimi aba power no. Ombo na Akwatia entimi ntumpon.
Yo, yeah, oka near obetima ba power, oka makwan. Obi can say, na say aban teso, and so still makwan omunye honre.
No asem de aban teso bet akwan no enko yi. It's ye hwese de hofofo no beba no so bema na koyi dia. Ye hwese ne ebetimi akon.
Okay. Enti apart from akwan no, any ejuma no, at least bibia okay.
Ejuma ni kronim. Ejuma eni kum de say youth ye nya ejuma anye. Ye pa ejuma ye say ye ko nkran. Ko for region san ya konya ejuma ye. Ejuma ngasa de bi ni ko be ye ejuma. Aje say bia wow business a wo se wo ye. En na be ma wo ye ejuma but say ejuma wa ha na ya fa wo se be ye ejuma de ehu eden.
Obeka say galamse ma hu se nsuo omotu galamse as no. Say boys na ni omo ye no nana.
Yeah, galamse omo ye galamse wa ha. Galamse but me oba je say me ntimi nkoye galamse say ejuma wo kro ni ma me nso metimi akoye sa ejuma ni bi
but insure the money insure problem.
Oh, insure problem dem me shada anya sure. Yeah.
Enti the finally maybe say say o ka challenges, all the challenges that you've talked about and your expectation, are you continuing or you are changing?
Oh, I will continue.
You will continue.
Yeah.
You will continue with the party that had the parliamentary seat, or you are bringing a new MP?
I'm bringing a new MP.
To address these challenges?
Yes, I'm bringing a new MP.
All right. Thank you. Your name?
I'm Regina.
Regina, thank you very much. Okay, let me come to you as well. You can speak to you if that's what you are comfortable in. What will inform your choice? Ediena, ebema wachina, wasori akase mekotuaba.
Oh, impuntu wentina nambo echemekwa kotuaba.
Impuntu a open ebinise.
Bit to say Akwain. Toprama Akwain say, where you are to Toprama to Aplamai, and yet I feel call when she Takra say a whole rules in your answer yet. Nti ye pese ye to abapa na mputu na kwaso Chambo constituency mu edemai
na aposifo abegu ha bebre politicians abaha bebre uhuni sen.
Okay, so far no the police for no aba no ye ni gisa won aba osan say na esi o ablekuma nti na amai hu bebre aka manfo say e bia basabasa besi e wa ha. The police for no aba no amba se mo so be basabasa mo ba so mebo ye ho ban nti mo wa ha ye ni je se mo so mo aba na mebo ye ho ban na abato no so akoso nyame bo a echina
o kampuntu ho asem mpuntu de MPP for say enye aban ya wo so nko na betimi de mpuntu aba NDC for nso say ye ne wa aban mu ye na ye papa ti ase nti ne de mpuntu no beba eno wo so say
okay mu say sisi ano ye president ye NDC nti nka ebe better say ye MP no so ye NDC na nka bebo na nka mpuntu no so ekoso a bibia akoso fan de aman yo san say most no ne amehunu wa ha ne say skirt and blouse na times no koso wa ha skirt and blouse so ma impuntu no so enkoso bebre e wo constituency ni mu nti say nya president so ye NDC na MP no so ye NDC ni a mu say ebebo ayen
nti na say ho na o to wa ba ako oh boy ene mo boko de
boko
nti o china beto aba
ma cha meto aba
di nti na beto aba o china
be
a wo hwe
me hwe imputu o me importement no o say me so me to aba mani pa me so me gidi kire me say me to mana oba obeboa development nti no
nti wa ankasa de na hia o Akwatia
o baby I want me wo GCD camp you know na any light but so far me the light na aba na market say so any market wo I be up so to ade a obet ma kwa akoto ade say obi aton ade wo fie nti na akwa say who you know nti no my promises to aba na ma no mu wini a o me de sa mpuntu ni na bebre nti ye gusu hwe o menim
light ni da be na light no ba
o eba enche bia be last week na me de me test na air then
nti e betu aba ya na ba
ye betu aba ya na mba ya o mfa so be light na ma
nti enu nti obegina no so ato aba
enu nti se na ye light ni wo nti o mba hye ye bo NDC for na be hye ye bo se ye to ma the light in the brain. Na yensu ye demonstration say light number yen to abano.
We no light no vote.
No light no vote. And I'm buying na the light na ba. Obi anye bi mo ba so far am the post na bi bia ntino. Mita ne keke na ye twen say am de bia ba na am se de aka ne beba. Ti ye show me nim so am de aka ne ebebre.
Na wo ye adwuma.
Bacho am ye adwuma.
We dey adwuma.
Me ye medicine work.
Okay. Ekoso
Edman de o man eko ntino plan no ntino.
Thank you. Okay, ti ma memra on so edien ene da wakoma so enu nti ochina obe sorry akoto santene ato aba
yo o de medamasi e wa konya medamami na em say akotia konsi ye mo modini enkoto aba ma lawyer na matu ene na be boaye
adetra
say the entire mechanism say yesi ato aba ma don mahama na so baba be di o mampani o Ghana akotia constituency yentu na metu na don mahama nya fa mpuntu emle enye obi sika ne yehwe omo di sika ne ba ye betuma agi ba ye mo mpa esi enkoto na metu don mahama no fa emle akotia constituency na Ghana mpani fo atwa nya be hwa akotia constituency ye fa gidie tu na mo ma don mahama na metu yen hwe lawyer kura na yen hwe don mahama se na ba na wo so na metu yen for opposition party e say wo DC and your president. The bomb say, number 2, lawyer McCown, a see a job or ban cron. Nasi see a Iba Frima, Yabanet to make and puntu, or what your consuency. It's your bomb say, will be a kind of 2 near Tuabano.
But yes, you will be a fellow, this is a Samuel Common Fund. It will be a friend MP's share of the District Assembly Common Fund. MP, Etimi, Eco Lobby, any development. And I didn't know what you say. I just say MP no, Mampenino, if in the party one son or Timid in Puntuaba.
Yo, whatever that's. I'm say, I could tell you, you can't to Aba. Abania to I could tell you, change. You to me to my NDC, you to me to my MPP. By Sunday, you know, so see, I see a MY. Says what buying this one, open Bibia Oble. It is a what buying this one. That's a be awkward district. Now, dear, be on. I say, we are MP. Now, what buying this one. This no one with no man penny. It is a DC and a Homowo. I don't know opposition party back. That means I don't know Pecurana, but my dear to me, unto me, and she. Sanabana Eden, also. It's your bumpire say, young to man number 2. Nasa okwa sana okoyo awabedi MP kwarada na na ban ni so nti sebi okwa district ade bi wo ha ye mfama no e ma mfama timamufo no nti se timamufo no na ese omam na ese pe mpuntuduma okuro ni ma ye nhwe obi hu enkoto aba e ma opposition party entuma NDC na dwoma ama be man ni ma papa aba kuro yi
Martina wo ye de adwuma
me ya driving ba me ja kakra me ko bush I'm saying, Macacra. It's number 2, and young Coto.
A soldier for no more how? Oh, soldier for any police for more crew, 77 young bambo, into no more. No, make how Busha. They say Busha some Joe. Oh, as soon ready, and you by son, a bambiaba, a crack, and in a Yama go up my near now, so be adding. I could boost into any GDS, Domama Bayjuma, or Ghana, into any GDO. Thank you very much. Okay, also, I didn't know come from what's now over to about Amboa.
Pacha ochina yebeto aba na aba na yeto no impuntuo ana yepe nti na yebeto aba no enye hwe na pepe impuntuo because Akwatia ya kechi pa Akwatia bon se ye mampeni ankasa beba se ketwa na owa ha no na enye ono ne mampeni na ewo ho eni nti na we no de yetu ye hu agu wo se no matter how e wo se ye force na ne ni peni to ono mo no ono so beba ne ye hu bibi e wa Akwatia ha because ye hu hwe ya kechi kra eni nti na meto aba ama number 2 se me de number 2 ana meto ama
yo mate
pacho me so sa number 2 ana eko impra pacho ye pempuntuo ye mampeni joma ama na woso ye DC so na woso se ye hwehwe ne ba na nkasa na ono so aka akoka no se ne be ya ye hia bibi a ono so betimi edi free o e de abreye eni nti na ye to aba na ama number 2
se MPD o hemra o MPD emra na wo hye se MP no ewo aban we mu oni aban mu o mampeni na se odi mpuntu ba DC ye se odi mpuntu ba ana meboa na ba ne se na ojina no so aka se obeto ama we na obeto ama we ba ne wo pe no
pacho me de me pa no number 2 na mepe
mate okay also
amedase me kaya first time in the school time oba na se ntawa kakra wo MPP ndisi fo no ka kire se Akufuado nana was nana do danko Akufuado obaka kire se yanto skirt and blouse ema okoyo no okoyo kwa ode ne pa be de ebeba sata no mo ka kire yin na MPP fo ye gina so ne to skirt and blouse ema okoyo e de ewi ni ampa okọ parliament oya adwuma e baka se oya adwuma aso ne yi a abana dane no omo san ka kire se yes ya tuma ya asomadu a that was MPP ni na ontumi nya hwe asem no mo ka kire se yanto skirt and blouse ne gina so to ye ne eni omo san da no ma no san ka kire se asomadu aban nya de eni so etisi ya tuma na ontumi nya hwe anya no kure ya fe adwen dada de omo ka kire ye no san ka kire se MP no ekọ wanchi a enye ye ma MP ne nka Akwatia no se na ne de Nyankopon ado yi ni po wo bodu ya ha no se na se ye beto ama na na some san ka kire se yentu ntia na
one ne asomadu
na ndis for mo san be ka kire se yentu ntia asomadu a ne yentia se mo no ma ka kire se ye ma mpine nka bodu akromu a na ne Nyankopon do firi bodu akromu a na ye beto atia no eti yentu ntia no ti asomadu de number 1 na ye beto
Puntunuma na omo Canada. We pass asumadu edim kuni mo betimi dim puntunuma.
Said omo ka tell so Okoyo Nana do dan kwa na was nti Okoyo call the bi beba no. Ene John Mahama na was nti ayi asumadu nso wi ni a ono so de bi beba. Iti do omo ka tell no ene ye gina so na ye to aba no. Ya beto am asumadu. Na
we ye adwuma.
Me driver ni.
Oh okay. Now omo se makwanye is it that bad?
Yakwa no. Yes, yakwa ne de me run kwa pramai. Yakwa na enye Nana do dan kwa kufu ado wo so no. Nam say skirt and blouse ya MPP fo ya tuti a NS no. Enu nti ne yakwa ye de ekoye ba asa no. Akomo gina so to etuma na skumi a na skumi call for the first time na yakwa no koma ye dada. But here MPP fo na ato skirt and blouse ma NDC. So Okoyo ba obeye na Okoyo so ba ntumi so anye de anye. Eyampana na ba anye de eni so. Omo no ka kire yen yo. Na aye ba asomadu aba. Na samo ka kire se ya ti yakwa ne de enye. Yakwa ne de enye. Asomadu be ya maye.
Enti odi asomadu na.
Asomadu na ma de me no ha na.
Okay, hello. So I hang yes, of course. Tomorrow, the voters here will move and decide who replaces the late NSC Alkumi. I've been finding out from voters, residents, what will inform their choices and what the challenges in this constituencies. What will be your take on this?
Oh, well, here, I can say here we are okay. And then no one is going to fight. Everybody is going to even cast his ballot without any interference. So I can see anyhow nobody is going to fight.
Okay, so what are some of the issues, challenges for this constituency?
Here we have more challenges. In terms of our money in the nationwide world. So we are, we need to work. There's no work. And then we want those people can talk to us, who can lead us so that we can achieve something. This is what we are about now.
It's Galamsey. I've seen that Galamsey is a problem here, right?
It's not Galamsey, it's mining. Okay. That word they have been using, as for me, it's not good. It is mining, not Galamsey. It is mining. So we have to know different from Galamsey and different from mining. The thing is mining, but they are always say Galamsey. You have to make.
Okay, so I'm sure they use the Galamsey because I've seen a river body here. The river is now brown.
Mining, not Galamsey.
It's destroying the river.
Oh, as for that one there, sometimes I can say I'm a miner. I can say sometimes all of the mineral resources is in the river, okay, or in the river bank. So the person will mine. This is what I know.
But there's a way of mining to ensure that you don't.
There's a way of mining, and then there is a route of mining. We don't mine, inside the river. Yeah, but sometimes we block the river and then we mine and then we brought the river back.
Okay. So finally, before I let you go, what will inform your choice tomorrow? What will decide who you
shall decide. As for me, I will decide one who can lead, can talk to us, okay, can bring more achievement. It is simple.
Thank you very much. And so yes, also Brana, senior Mibisa no. Where are you?
Me a driver.
Okay. Driver, you my question.
You have funny, sir.
Says no to me there.
Oh. Yenya. I said yeah.
What do you any problem?
There.
Okay. Yes, I'm acquiring you. No credit.
Acquiring there. Bambia bar. No other party. Besides, 10% in the one which I know when you're quite near, and say, they see, I said to. And I'm so is and say on bay in a more patchy, maybe quite some mine.
And Ochina, sober trouble.
A
dint in Albert about.
You have a quantium punto in Tina, a diabeto.
I come punto any old penny business.
The penny say, a benyo beer or Becca Samai, na quetia, bet to me, a fan into my pefra. You bet to me a young coswa. The Jaya Quine, and I near Quine, because Quine, ya na pass an idea to Tatono, a my coffee.
I mean, I'm a papa no cast also a minor. I got I'm saying sense who say Monsieur Daho. I say but I'm affecting you amonum de
so the almost saying na almost saying so wa he nyina almost saying the gal I'm saying credit me dey come kwa kai ntwam
okay but I say okay yeah but yes yes, the gentleman just got off the vehicle. Yes, let's find out from him. Will you vote tomorrow? You are live on GH1
TV. I wish I can vote, but I don't have a vote here. I vote at Chebi.
Okay, you vote at Chebi.
Yeah.
But what brings you here?
I'm from Topramai.
Okay.
I'm on leave.
Okay.
That's why I came.
What has been your observation? Yes, the town has been busy, police all over, and everybody's getting ready for tomorrow. What has been your observation?
Yeah, that's true. Even if you go to Topramai, my wife is from Wenchi. So I went to Wenchi on Friday, during the 40 days observation of the MP. So they are going to vote. They are going to vote.
Who is winning?
You want to push me?
No, from your observation, because you don't have a vote.
Yeah, I don't vote and I don't do politics. But from my own observation, I think Solomon for the MPP will win. That's me.
Is this divine revelation? Because I can see that you are from Salvation Army.
Yeah, I'm from Salvation Army, but this is not a divine revelation. This is my own observation. Yeah, yeah. From the look of things, that's how I see it. I don't belong to any political party. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay. Also, bra, na camera no mama. It was not so about 2 about.
Oh, Namia Dumnambua no at the Pebichia, some dream Quadia, about 2 abano.
Edientina, what's na, or Soriano pa, or Baba to Abananka, say, Mamco, Jumana Mempibini.
Oh, about what they again and India, Eddie will be actually, yeah, I didn't say each day, so about 2 abano, you or can you forbid you and him? Oh, on Peso Aso, send a beya, Bibi Coso on Peso as well, Musum Benebi. Nay, Equatia for my idea, Edia, Abanadia.
And near my Ben, who here and Tia, who say, oh, to a bar, Sa, and near Mana open, near obedient criminal, Oberboamonia.
Oh, me ya, Mua, Baboon, dear, you haven't put to an in now, be a pay, Ewan Crum. And put to a near my course of Juma, ya be a Juma, Akwatia, Miss Mania be may have me say me concry, I could put my me a driver, see a be a fight review a high. A better say, before driver for. Medikita me lances am ba nyame adom metime nya bia den aye ntina ese obi a chana dwene to aba nja abato de enye ntokwa eye adwenche ni nya ye chire nti abato de e ba beto aba e beto pa me ye davani ti ye nya ye beto
nti DVL na omo be bie na no abebo wa na ohu ni se
oh DVL na omo be bie ni de nyame adom ne ye bie tum ne start adwuma de abebo yi nya ye wo kede Boy, Akwatia Hampatama, the boy, yen fa kan call down and go change your lances. Yen fa kan call down and go pepe be a say ye. A blue idea, Ufa Sacre Cla, what do? And in a year pass, say, be a Timia Baha, and Pabua near boys say, be bit my bang. Because ye called now, your quay lances, your quay zoo, and then when Saint Call lances, that's a sambla. Overcoat. What to command him, Overcoat, if it do on his soul, Saint Court. I did channel was a lot of living to Yamia to maybe Abaha. A good idea. You need to. I don't remember something to be able to acquire. Oh, Nana, I'm saying, Uncle, media no credit, okay, about maybe MPP, do Yemen Day MPP. DVL office need to mean someone. Oh, said DVL, you know, Ebama Ghana for na, Emma NDC ni, Emma MPP ni, Ebama in and to me again anybody saying now, con your MPP are going to bed. And yet, in now doing this year, I'm going to end it. And the people quite a cotton house. If you are near the sea, and you talk quite I hadn't. You are a simple. Oh, now me have the man, I'm watching. I bubble do a nuncia, a quantity. Na Sialao, na Namia Manes also, name could be denied. Yeah, pen. Me MPP in India, na MPP, I didn't name. Thank
you very much. Okay. Me mamia osukusia anopai or could or kojum na wakoton na wape bibi aiden Eddie ejom just say
oh na me adom say de bibi aboko eduan so kakra eguso
ese go no don say
35 35.
Oh, okay. Mienu yɛ sɛ ana unina onye mienu nye.
Mienu yɛ 7 cedi. Baako yɛ 35. Ah.
Omo tɔ de.
Oh, omo go so. Omo tɔ pa. No answer obeba nkwan de obedi de obenya.
Ah, ochina so beto aba.
Meto pa.
Di ntina beto.
Meto ama denta meto no se me pese owo wi ni efisi owo wo bi adwuma ma me kun etimi kɔba ma me nyam ne me ma enya bidi. Nti me de ochina de owo ne na mekoto ama no.
Owo no kwa me asomadu.
Kwa me asomadu.
Okay. Ono be na obi a okunu enya bia.
Oh, wo bi gold adwuma. Okay. Me kun kɔba enya bidi. E ma me ne me enya bi koya no. Nti ono a na me de meto ama no. Ene ekuro toplema kwan no so enye. Oma no oma egu ekwan no so maye. Krom de wo ho na MP wo ho no mu aye. Na say bibi beba na abefo ka akọ baabi akọ hwe wo MP. To wo kuro so a ebe boa ya ma nti me de nim say MPP ni na me de ebe wi ni.
Yo, me da say. Okay, let me turn to another lady here. Martin. Say on so watching about to aba.
Me ba cha meto aba.
Di ntina about to aba.
Me pempuntu.
Pempuntu bi ni sen.
Oh. Say, wo hwe ye kwan ya me fi sechikurom. Efi aha kɔ apenaman na enye ye pempuntu wo kwan no so. Nti me de mpuntu nti na meto aba no.
Na ekwan no emi nso mafa so. Ma wo say ase o master te say omo ye. Eno no hye nkran bi sa.
Mpacho an. Hye mi nkran pa say aban ne ba obetimi aye.
Aban ben ho asem na okay.
Oh, se ne yenya ye nimu na ndisi aban.
Say obi beka say ndisi aban ba e be so me nwotwe nie. Asan ko mbe kwan na o mai ana wo de enya sa na ho.
Oh, there be say omo ba ne na MP no wo so ne ye MPP ni. Aha, into one start na say ye nya obi oba be start aman ne de ono ho na e say ye to na ye ko.
Na wo ye adwuma de?
Me ye adwuma.
Wo ye de adwuma?
Oh, me ye momo.
Okay, wo ye momo. Na market say.
Oh, nyame adom ye.
Say scam na amanfo scam amanfo no how dey be ni ha won.
Oh, ayo mo frɛ ba me wo frɛ me minimum no man tu frɛ na ma start didi watam.
O didi watam no o.
Oh, no wa ka tew. Se wo wan start an kasa no no ni di kan kasa de a e de obetwa wada penti wo mo start an eja. E wa no wa ka tew.
Nti wo de omunya omahia.
Ebe me obi andi misika korada.
Wani da ho pa.
Mani da ho pa.
Okay, so Bernard, okay, we are driving.
Watch me driving.
Oh, okay. Ochina about to aba.
Meto aba pa.
I didn't know kuma sunti ochina about to aba.
O se impuntu nti to aba.
Impuntu a open business.
Impuntu am se ye lorry kwan ye mantem e fa Saddams e ko camp e fa Newtown e kwan ni na anye che be se o mo ye kwan no maye.
Ana wo hu bibi e kire se kwan no mbe ya na.
O mi hu hwe. Aye ba yi na se anom ko fa grade abedwidwi so kakra bi maye nkwan so but enye papa wi asa.
Nti eno no ebe sesa wadwene ana bebi a obeto akọ na ho ana beto.
O me de sa confidence sama adwene da. Bebi a meto akọ na ho ana beko.
Nti wo so pempuntu. NDC MPP omumi no ho ana de mpuntu a opere mebrɛ.
MPP ni de board mpuntu no beba. NDC ni de nimu me gina ha kura mi hu no. Ko minim no ba bia.
Nti asomadu. Edien na asomadu e wono ho nti a ogidi se wono na betima aboa mo Akwatia.
Ono kro on be gina so on ma ye kura no. Waye ni ma bebre o ye kuro mu ha. Obu ahiafo obu school for so ni bra o hemu school kura do so sen. Obi a bebre kwa ndi bebre kwa ma boys bebre so anya bibia enyina so e wo ye kuro mu ha. Cause obi o kura uhwe ukɔhwe ebinum dan a ono nanam ne so ni nsem a wo bi factory kɛse wɔ ha cement factory omoton cement paint nima bebre ankrofo yɛ adwuma wɔ hɔ nti oba betumi aboa yin
wo de eno na abegina so no de ato aba ma
yeah patcha
thank you very much okay mo kuku seller ewa oblayo okay edwa de say
edwa de ye say ya hanum say no man go do adwuma na no bia ye ya ha ye nyeku adwuma efiye na nanum abla so diamond eno mo ye asmedu ya be ma bia se no aboa mabu wɔ krom ha no ye ntimi nka obu akra no nsem fata enso na masmedu sunti owo ne fie on cars bibia onye yimu obi school sam kra wo kwa oboa wo enwuma asmedu ya o gbadua kwasi twesi man no ye ntimi nka enti yesire nyame ma no pa ma no ahoden nyame hye ne den wabato yi nyame nti obe survive
Thank you very much. And so, yes, we're still coming to you live from Akwatia, the Bodia Lorry Station. And in fact, Lily, as we were speaking, the police vehicles were driving by. I saw the Black Maria.
Okay.
Black Maria must sound like a telenovela. Lily, it's not. It's a prison on wheels that has been talked about most often. And of course, let's still be engaging the residents here. Morning.
There's a car coming.
Who are live on GHOne. Say, Otu Abawa Akwatia. Ochina so betuaba.
Papa.
Entina e pusu a ochina say why are you so betuaba?
Oh, about so the oil timemuni I say hu here more because I don't know ma improvements e be bo man no na to aban so be make sure so betuaba man papa po be bo man no.
Edin na wo ha Akwatia fo hia ntia eno no be ma wa kire se wo betu akobenkuma na nifa.
Ni Akwatia for everywhere. No credit Akwatia ejuma papa bi and especially youth no. Yeah bre over ejuma unless say utukwan ko baby koye no waba. So nyenta me persement to aba say ejuma beba on mine no na youth nye ejuma ye. Eno ne me botai kese pa.
Asuma do anybody akon omi no hwan na wo ha na e de wakoma so no obitima ya.
Secret. Any secret yeah.
Medase. Okay, so basically, Lily, in all my conversations, I can tell you that it balances off, right? There are people, in fact, there's one thing that runs through, they are all looking for development. But guess what? Their answers as to who can give them the development doesn't converge at one point. Some people, all of them are looking for development. Some think that the MPP candidate is the one to give them that development because he's already doing that. He is a philanthropist, he's a businessman, and he's already established businesses that have employed people. Others think that if you are an orphan as an MP, it's a very sorry state to be in, and so they want to vote for Bediako, who is the NDC's candidate, whose father is alive, well, not just kicking, but wealthy as well, so that when he's sharing the goodies, he can be able to get some of them for his constituents. And so, basically, and what's of interest to me as well was the Salvation Army pastor who made a prediction that the MPP candidate will win. But he says it's not through a divine intervention. It's not through divine revelation. And so, back to you in the studio here from Akwatia. Tomorrow, from the break of dawn to the very moment that the final declaration is made, we'll be here with you, Lily.
But I want to find out something. You know, usually doing such exercises, you see a lot of, you know, the thing they mentioned was poor road network. You see a lot of heavy-duty equipment on the roads, trying to construct the roads. Is this something that you have seen visible in Akwatia?
Well, the NDC has made a very conscious effort not to repeat something that it has always been condemning.
Okay.
And we're talking about a last-minute project, especially road construction. In our engagement with one of the residents here, you heard him talk about electricity extension. Yes, that happened a few weeks ago, he says. You also see the drip equipment, some of them grading roads, right? But what we have not seen, I have personally not seen, is asphalting of roads and then graveling of roads. No, that has not been seen. The MPP, for instance, has been using this as a campaign message that the grading works that are being done, the equipment that are being used, were procured by the Nanado administration. And so the residents should not consider that as an advantage for the NDC. They need to be reminded that those equipment were procured by the NPP. Well, there's a clapback from the NDC. Say the former president didn't pay a penny, and that it is this administration that is paying for the equipment. And in any case, those equipment were procured using the state resources. And so therefore, they are well at the right place to deploy them as and when they deem fit. Yeah, so it's not at the scale as we've seen in the past. I've not seen contractors on the road putting bitumens, overlays, asphalting roads, and what have you. But if I tell you that this government is not doing anything by way of development here, ostensibly, to get an advantage, I'll be lying to you.
But there's also the issue of sharing of gifts. I say this in parentheses, of gifts. branded gifts, television sets, sewing machines. Is this something that you saw, especially it happens during the night? Is this something you saw in Akwatia or you're seeing in Akwatia?
No, not yet. And of course, you saw a van. I'm sure you just heard a noise, yes?
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm sure you've seen the police vehicles as well moving by. Today, by convention, it's supposed to be a day where there is no campaign activity.
Okay.
But I've just seen a truck with a bell, and I mean literally a bell, and of course, ringing and informing the voters here that tomorrow is coming and that they should vote for the NPP Tamaso. They should vote for the NPP candidate. So back to your question, I've not seen goodies being shared, but I've heard comments to that effect.
Okay.
Interestingly, yesterday the NPP's parliamentary candidate here, when he was speaking, said that he's aware that goodies are in town. Well, they've lost their MP. When you go to funeral, what do? You give donations.
Absolutely.
So if goodies come, the residents here should accept them with both arms and regard them as the NDC's funeral donations. Right. I've heard NDC members equally say that when MPP brings the money, take the money. But be rest assured that the only party that can give you development will be the party that has the presidency, and that is the NDC. And so, yes, I've covered a number of by-elections. It will be foolhardy on anybody's part to think that both parties will not be sharing goodies. But many a times, it is the party in government that has the resources, the wherewithal, to be able to not directly even dish out or hand out goodies, but also use its influence one way or the other to its advantage. That's why in political parlance there's something called incumbency advantage, but there's also incumbency disadvantage. For instance, if you look at the poster of Kwame Asumedu, and that's the NPP's candidate, there's a small insert of the late MP. And that should tell you the emotional card is equally being played here.
Okay.
And when he went to Wenti yesterday, where he spoke, he indicated that even though he's from this particular community, Bodua, he regards Wenti as his second home. That's because that's the strongest hold of the NPP in this constituency. And his assurance is that every promise that was given the community by their late son, he will not just fulfill it, but he will double those promises.
Okay.
And so it tells you that the emotional card is equally being deployed here.
All right. Ibrahim, thank you very much. You've done extensive work there. But please be careful. I know you're in a lorry station. Please be careful. Your safety is paramount to us. And please look out as well. We know that there's heavy security presence, but we also want you hale, hearty, and alive. That should do for Inside Out. But let me take you through what the newspapers are reporting this morning. NPP race for flag bearer begins as all 5 of the people you're seeing on the front page have filed their nominations to contest to lead the NPP. NIA chairman praises Margins ID Group over Ghana card. Oti region records 22,000 typhoid cases. This thing is sitting on it, huh? Bingiri conflict death toll rises to 18. Chief's son, 3 others killed and several injured in Sotom Homowo shooting. Quite unfortunate. The Chronicle says Amakofi rise to AG for formal revocation of LI 2462. End of adventurous journey. Edward Nuruddin Kobnebu Kwanza says goodbye to the pen. IGP's Galamsey task force still in operation. The memory verse this morning, 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. That's it for the Chronicle newspaper. The No Crusading Guide, Sege MP allegedly feeling discontent against electrochem operations in Adan. Our diaspora celebrates 32 years of impact, rededicates to health and youth empowerment. Trasako accused of using Lands Commission to take over private land despite title ownership dispute. COP leader Adonko becomes first Ghanaian woman elected to Interpol Africa Committee. Congratulations to her. Jospon Comtech train waste managers in Western and Western North regions. Tonto Chrome, Asanko mines tension escalate. Company deploys military tomorrow. Residents threaten to resist. And TDC boss implicated in fresh land grabbing scandal. That's it for the new Crusading Guide. Global Info Analytics tips NDC's Bernard Beatty to win Akwatia by-election. That's on the Daily Post. President Mahama secures $1 billion worth of investment deals for Ghana during his visit to Singapore. Acting Environment Minister Ama Kofi Buah writes to Attorney General for immediate revocation of LI 2462. That's a step in the right direction. That should do for what the newspapers are reporting. I take a break here. Please don't go anywhere. When I return with my guests for the breakfast review. You're welcome back to the show. This is still GHToday here on GHOne TV, your perfect morning companion. And my name is Lily Mohammed. It's now time for the breakfast review. It's interesting, all men, and the NPP says we're winning Akwatia. The NDC says we're winning Akwatia. But tomorrow, the power is in the Kokromoti. Anyway, my guest this morning, Theophilus Jumaga Jr. Esquire, is a member of the NDC communications team. He's a legal practitioner as well. Paul Nanakwabna Brampamensa is programs manager, team lead, security sector, local and urban governance for the CDD. And Ronnie Nicola is former deputy MD for the State Housing Company. He's also a member of the NPP communications team. I've been asking him if he's going back to Ablikma West.
When we get there, we'll take a decision.
But I mean, now your mother is not going anymore, so are you going?
I mean, she did a good job. So
Yeah.
for now, our focus is really on Akwatia tomorrow, and then we'll make sure we cross the hurdles. After Akwatia, we'll look at how we can contest our internal elections. Hopefully, we'll elect the leader, and then the whole party will rally behind him, and then we can start the train. And
We'll talk about electing your leader subsequently, but let's focus on Akwatia, because Akwatia is heavy tomorrow. There's a lot of security presence, a lot of presence even for constituents and even for residents of Akwatia as we speak. Council, let me start with you. The NDC is confident of winning Akwatia. Is this owing to the Global Info Analytics poll or owing to what you have seen? You have been in Akwatia. What you have seen on ground?
Yeah, Lily, good morning to your viewers wherever they are. Good morning to my folks. You see, I'm all green this morning. Very, very green. Okay. Very green. I'll be biased. You know, I was in the same legal team with Bernard. Yes, for the fighting the disease MP. Yes, so it's all just natural that I continue my loyalty, even though we had bumps somewhere along the line. But with what I've seen on the ground, you see, Bernard has few advantages.
Okay.
Both parents come from the constituency, mother, father. Bernard stays in the constituency. Bernard is a lawyer, and it's difficult to have an orphan constituency and expect certain amount, level of development. And we've done our own internal polls as well. Indeed, yesterday's last rally, it was terrible trying to even get out of Akwatia.
Really?
Yes. I parked close to the rally ground.
That's Bwedua.
Yes, off the rally ground. My only luck was the vehicle behind me was GP 15.
Okay.
And the GP numbers were about to leave that time. The very small GP numbers, like GP2, GP3, they were about to leave. And so they had to find a way of getting the GP 15 behind me out. So that was how I was able to get out of Akwatia yesterday. You talk about security. In fact, the police are doing a good job. Their presence is massive, massive. I mean, I think everybody should feel free to go about their duties. Yesterday, I noticed something. At the stage, if you go in this way, the 2 lanes were occupied. You come in that way, the 2 lanes were occupied. So it was a complete gridlock. Nobody could move. And you could see the frustration within the police. But they were able to handle it well. They managed to get the vehicles to do like zigzag. You turn that way, turn that way, turn that way, so that one lane will become free for the others to move. So on that note, let's commend the police, the hierarchy. They're doing a very good job. I don't know why they're all carrying guns, but maybe for the sake of assuring all of us. But to me, maybe that is on the high side.
Recognize that Akwatia is a mining community, and already there are guns in circulation. So maybe the gun-wielding police personnel are also trying to sound a caution to the people who are already on ground in the mining communities.
Yes, they had a march as well, which showed that their presence is huge. And yesterday, as at the time I was leaving, I counted about 15 GP3, GP4, GP2, all. So the top brass were all there, if I would say so. Back to the polls. Bernard has been campaigning really hard. You know, Bernard went into the contest with a former MP who was always beside Bernard campaigning, who has shown that he's part of the team. And you will see some of his supporters wearing Henry Okoye Otoasu T-shirts, also at the ground dancing. And trying to show solidarity with Bernard. Okay. We want to bring a sort of development to Akwatia that they've not seen for a while. You know, Akwatia has been swinging.
Yes.
It's been post 1992. Don't take 92. It's 3-5 in favor of MPP. Remember, Akwatia, we lost a lawyer lost to a hairdresser as a result of some internal issues. But we are presenting a united front this time. Okay. The whole country of NDC. I saw people as far as Jurassic Chredumasi dropping in Akwatia. People as far as Kwando dropping in Akwatia. And you know, Akwatia is cosmopolitan as well. Yeah. Different tribes, similar to Asinov, different tribes, etc. And we've mapped out our people to match to their people and talk to them. I watched your guy also. I met them yesterday. Their interviews, and it is not evenly balanced. It is tilted towards Bernard. I will be so surprised if Bernard doesn't clinch Akwatia tomorrow. And let me also say, General Chairman Asiedu Nketia has done a very good job. A lot has gone on the ground, and Akwatia will definitely turn green tomorrow.
Many say that all the bigwigs of both political parties are there in their elements. What is it about Akwatia? It is just one constituency.
Yes, you see, Lily, you don't have to be a Christian to believe the Bible. The Bible says those who have more will be added. Those who don't have, the few they don't have will be taken away from them.
Okay.
Okay? So, and remember, we were in court challenging that we won Akwatia. So we want to send a statement that NDC really won Akwatia.
Okay.
And the best thing we should do is to put our best foot forward, which is in Bernard. And it is not just one of the seats. We want to send a statement of intent and a statement of what we want to do for Akwatia to say that we are picking Akwatia. It is not only the big wigs. You know, the counsel to the former Attorney General, Marita is also from Akwatia. Yes, and I saw her there yesterday. They were all there. Let me be quick to add some of the comments we heard about people saying that NDC's court action was the reason for the demise of the MP. It's far-fetched. Indeed, the young man who passed on was training to be a lawyer. If he were alive, I'm sure in October he will be called to the bar. Understand he passed his bar exams. So we commiserate with them. When we meet in court, we don't look like we are fighting. So no. There's a bit of camaraderie within us. But to liken, I don't know whether there's a pathologist report that says that court action has led to the death of the young man. Let us leave that. And it is also interesting that you see the banner of the MPP candidate with a small image of the deceased MP in the background. Come on. Let us allow the family to grieve properly. Let us not use the person for political campaigning. Yesterday, I stood beside Bernard when he was talking to the chiefs and the people of Akwatia, and he said that he is not yet an MP, yet he's been able to negotiate certain positions within the constituency for some people. Remember, Bernard is the constituency secretary. So, and a very fine lawyer. He was my classmate. Very fine lawyer. And when you listen to him talk, everything, I don't know, Akwatia people will miss the opportunity if they don't vote for Bernard. Bernard is the sure choice for Akwatia. Akwatia must go for Bernard. And for that reason, Akwatia has to turn green.
Paul. Okay, granted. Let me allow Ronnie coming. Yes. Ronnie, he says Akwatia will turn green. Your party people say they will give the people of Akwatia a showdown. Yeah. What showdown are we talking about?
Good morning to all your listeners. I think we need to understand the history of Akwatia since 1992. Interestingly enough, since 1992, whichever government wins the general elections wins Akwatia. That's been the pattern since 1992. But in 2020, under Nana Akufo-Addo's administration, there was a change. And I'm sure you all know why there was a change. We tackled Galamsey head-on. And it affected our candidate because he was also battling to convince the people that we're all on the same side. And the NDC used this as a political tool against us.
Okay.
And for the first time, we lost 2020 while we had we won the general elections. So that tells you the NDC are good at using the Galamsey to favor them in their campaign tactics. And it's unfortunate. It was the same candidate, may his soul rest in peace, Ernest Kumi, who lost in 2020. I think a lot of people have forgotten Ernest was the candidate who lost in 2020. It wasn't easy for the young man. That did not break him. He went back to the drawing board and campaigned heavily. He became our candidate, and he won in 2024. Now, if you pay close attention to what their the chairman said, he yesterday, a few days ago, told the residents of Akwatia that, look, voting for an MPP candidate will not help you because they are in opposition.
Okay.
Vote for our candidate because we are in power. It goes to show that the NDC believe that once they are in power, automatically they must have control of Akwatia. Okay. Why do they want control of Akwatia? What is so special about Akwatia that the NDC chairman is showing that they must win it at all costs? You and I know what goes on in Akwatia. So we have to go back to ourselves that are they really interested in fighting Galamsey? Or there's a hidden agenda why they seriously want to maintain their Akwatia seat? Because you and I know if the MPP candidate takes the Akwatia seat, it will be in the interest of the whole country because we are all interested in making sure we tackle issues head on. Now, if you look at the dynamics, our candidate, Solomon, he's known in the constituency. He has businesses in the constituency. He's a philanthropist. He's already doing a lot of development in the constituency. He's not new. He's not a new face in the constituency. People in Akwatia gravitate towards him.
Okay.
They love him naturally. Our concern is why there's so much military personnel which have been sighted around Akwatia, which is not supposed to be the case. We've also gotten intel that the NDC have dressed up some of their thugs in uniform to intimidate some of the voters. Currently, there's a lot of police checkpoints which are empty. Nobody knows why these police checkpoints are empty. Yes, there's about 5,000 police personnel, but what we need is the police to enforce peace and security in Akwatia. We saw what happened in Ablekuma North by-election. Only 19 polling stations. In front of the police, our members were beaten. Nana Lloyd was attacked in front of the police. Honorable Howard Kunsin was attacked in front of the police. So we don't need them just to stand there. We need them to ensure that our people are given security. And I genuinely believe that the people of Akwatia will come out. The late Honorable Ernest Kumi, he's at the morgue.
Yeah.
He's still in the morgue. We just celebrated his 1 week.
Yeah, 40-day remembrance.
He claims that we're using it as a political campaign. We are not.
But you prevented your political opponents from coming there. Is that not unfair?
What do you mean by we prevented them from coming there?
They were prevented from going into the venue for the celebration.
I don't have any reports to show they were prevented.
Nanabi spoke to that effect. He said, they were not dressed appropriately. But do we have a certain national attire for funerals in Ghana?
Yes, I'm sure you're supposed to wear black to come to a funeral. So I don't know why.
I don't know if it's a national sanctioned attire.
Yes, yeah, so I don't know why they were prevented, but I don't think they were prevented. If they really wanted to take part, they could have. I mean, we should also bear in mind that, like I said, we just did this 1 week. There's no evidence to show that they were assaulted.
There is, he's telling you. There was video, there is.
I have not seen any videos.
Yeah, it's interesting. You couldn't see those ones, but you could see soldiers in...
Yes, I have not seen any videos.
Please allow him.
Yes, I have not seen any videos of NDC being prevented from coming to the
1 week celebration.
The 1 week celebration. Like I said, it's important as a party, for example, that Tamale Central by-election. May their soul rest in peace. We all saw what happened in this country concerning the helicopter crash. Our party is a party of conscience. We met and they took a decision that, looking at the circumstances of the situation, we are not going to take part in the Tamale by-election.
Was it out of the spirit of pity, the spirit of camaraderie, the spirit of honesty?
Yes.
Or it is out of we cannot contest because we will not win that seat. Tamale Central is an NDC seat. Yes. Akwatia is a swing seat. So if you want to compare the dynamics, don't you think that they may not wash? Did the NPP honestly say that we are not contesting because we revere the dead, or we are not going because it's a wild goose chase?
No, we decided not to contest looking at the circumstances of what happened. The whole country was mourning. We took a decision in the interest. So it was a pity party? Yes, we took an interest and we decided that, look, forget about the numbers. The numbers are irrelevant. Whether we would have won or would have not won, the sitting MP, we lost him. The NDC can go ahead and fill their own candidates. And I genuinely believe that's the way to go as a country when we look at by-elections. That is not in the spirit of democracy, is it? No, it's not the spirit of democracy, but sometimes you can take decisions that you believe is the spirit and the interest of everybody. We took that decision. NDC could have easily taken a decision on Akwatia that, looking at the circumstances, we can also decide not to contest. But immediately their national chairman...
They contested their primaries and they had a candidate.
Still, even their national chairman came and immediately said, we are still contesting Akwatia. He's gone there insisting they are still contesting Akwatia. We won Akwatia, and they took us to court. So the question for me, I keep emphasizing that, why are they so interested in making sure that they maintain the Akwatia seat? And we are definitely going to win this election. The people have seen the kind of work the late Ernest Kumi did. They know what Solomon would do as well. And I genuinely believe that by the close of tomorrow, MPP will win the Akwatia seat.
Paul, now let me come to you.
Now for the campaign.
I know.
Right, sure.
Shall we talk about the dynamics?
Yo, thanks, Lily, and thanks to my two colleagues for giving us the campaign messages. It's good. Let me emphasize that the two candidates are all grassroots people. One is constituency secretary, the other is constituency treasurer. So they all have some common identity with the grassroots people, so they match in that front. Both are also established individuals in the constituency, and they both hail from the constituency. I don't know why the MPP, after their survey, settled on Solomon, because don't forget, Bodua is the stronghold for the NDC. The NDC has been taking the votes, but Solomon is from Bodua. Well, Solomon's lineage to the Bodua changed the NDC's fortune in these elections. That's what's probably one of the tickets the MPP played. Yeah, just to neutralize the stronghold affinity of the town to, and is one of the biggest towns and with the population also in the constituency. So that's it. Coming back to whether or not it was good for lawyer to have taken the seats of his clients. It's another debate that's morally, people may think it wasn't right. It serves as a front of conflict of interest. But legally and per the electoral law, there's nothing that bans him from contesting. So it's left to the moral grounds and the morality in Ghana elections does not play cards. So that's set. My interest as a security person is on the security. Yes, I drew the analysis from the Seychelles example, the report we just presented to the African Union. Seychelles has 72,000. Just last 3 days, I received their final certified data. It's not even up to 80,000. Usually, when we go to elections like South Africa, we deployed almost 100 observers. But from the pre-election, I just told the African Union that it's not good we deploy to overwhelm the voters themselves. And therefore, we need to reduce the number of deployment that we shall do. Same way, we have over 5,500 police personnel in Akwatia. Akwatia has less than 200 polling stations. Is it not going to serve as an intimidated security atmosphere for the voters? Is it not going to send a signal of potential violence, in response of which the heavy security has been deployed? There are some of these analysis that we need to do. But I mean, I side with my brother when he says the pre-election environment has been properly secured. You know, in the security deployment, we talk of 3 phases. We talk of preemption, we talk of preventive, then enforcement. Preemption, there have been simulation exercises. There have been what we call deterrence exercises in the community. You're just talking about each of them holding arms, guns. It's one of the deterrence exercises that they will have to do. Are we going to have the final deployment strategy, which is enforcement, strictly adhered to? That's always the concern. And we need to let that be part and seriously part of the electoral process, because I don't now trust some of the judgment that come outside. Not that I don't trust, I'm not at home with it, because we are not using the Vigilantism Act that could exact severity of sanctions and punishment that we want. It was the basis of that we came out with the act in 2019. Just look at Ablekuma judgment. Each of them was given 500 penalty units. 500 penalty units times 12 is 6,000.
Yeah.
That was the reason why we fought for a new law, the Vigilance-Related Offences Act 2019, at 999. But I always say that I don't know why prosecutors still prefer using the Criminal Offences Act 29. I don't know why. So we need to, in order not to go into that nitty-gritty, we need to make sure that the enforcement works to prevent people from even doing the acts and going out with this leniency of sanctions. So that's what I'll say about Akwatia. But for preempting and for prevention, I think the police, as my brother has said, have done well. Let's see how enforcement goes.
Is the deployment of the military necessary from the security standpoint?
Lily, I've always told you this. The military has been part of election security task force establishment. The Ghana election has 3 strategic steps of deployment. We have polling station deployment, patrol team, and standby. The military has always been part of the standby team. And the military has been part of election distribution materials, the no-go areas, the overseas. It's the military helicopter that helps us. So military on the ground has been part of election security task force. Why the military is not allowed or it's not preferred at the polling station, because don't forget, in general election, for example, we use other security agencies who, by their work, do not use arms. So if you ask military to be part of the polling station, it means every polling station security must use arm. And you asking somebody who is natural by his duty, does not hold arm, to use arm for the first time, you are going to cause catastrophe. So the polling station deployment should be people who will not use arms. That's why we don't use arms there. The patrol team, the essence of the patrol team is that they should be at a distance that upon the stress call, they are able to go to the age of the people at the polling station, whether the materials or the voters. So the patrol team are allowed to use arms. Then the standby force, which usually include the military, they come in where things have deteriorated, where the people are still so recalcitrant that they have even overwhelmed the patrol team. Then the standby force will come in to settle the issue. So the military has been part. It's only in 2024, and it started, if you could follow the list, I even issued a statement on that. If you could follow it, people were constantly saying they don't want the military, to the extent that a senior police officer went on air and said the military is not part. Before Dampare came out to issue a statement that the military has been part of the election security, but they don't go to polling station. So the military, and per the constitution, the military could be called upon to support internal security when things get out of hand. So we can't say the military should be part, but where are they deployed is the issue. I'm not expecting the military to be part of the polling station monitoring, no. I'm not expecting the military to be part of the normal community patrol, no. But they should be on standby so that if things get out of hand, then they can come to support the police.
Now, the NPP has equally raised issues about maxed personnel. We know that even in the police service, there are some personnel that are maxed. Why should this be an issue?
And this also goes back to, we started a specific, I think, I didn't bring the manual, the police deployment manual. When ACP Agbojo was in charge of the election security task force, I worked closely with him. They issued a manual and said, all election security officials were going to be identified. So if you saw the 2016 elections, they wore a certain armband. Rating the election security. Their names were there. I think they should go by that with the experience from Ayawaso West Wogon, where people were, according to a short commission, people who were not security officials infiltrated. Whether they were, people say they were dressed, but I don't have the evidence. But I could say they infiltrated the security arrangement there, and most of the people who caused those mayhem, to the extent of slapping a certain member of parliament. That was unheard of. So I still agree that the official election security officials should be properly identified, so that wherever they are, people will know this is an official, because we have so many infiltration of security in the country. I told you last time we met that don't let us deceive ourselves that the vigilantism were banned as per the details of the vigilantism. They are still in existence, and we saw them in Ablekuma, we saw them in 2024 elections. So for us to be able to distinct, to see who is actually a member of the election security task force, I want us to go back to the 2016-2020, where they had special identified armbands, so that everybody could identify them wherever they are.
Are we also sitting on a ticking time bomb with our utterances? Both political parties, the NPP has made pronouncements. If the NDC members misbehave, we do this. Then the NDC also, if they misbehave, don't allow them. Are we not sitting on a ticking time bomb? This is just a one constituency exercise. Why should it lead to this?
No, really, one constituency exercise is the most dangerous exercise, because you're able to mobilize all your people across the country. That's what happened at Ayawaso West Wogon. Some of the people, when we did the vigilance-related offences research, we did a Chatham House meeting in about 3, Tamale, Bua, Kumase, in a room. If I saw the video I had and the video of people I met, some of them were from Tamale, some of them from Techiman, so they were able to mobilize. The same thing happened in Asankregwa. So one constituent election is the most dangerous one, because you are able to bring all your people to one spot. That's why last week when we met, I said, will it be possible for us to, even though it's undemocratic, to not allow people who are not from the constituency to go, at least for the election day? So we are able to reduce the crowd. The more the people, the more the infiltration comes. And therefore, if we reduce the numbers, we are able to sieve the infiltrators. But the way the crowd is there, everybody, and you rightly said it, Akwatia itself is a case study. It's a resource-endowed constituency. It has illegal resource extraction activities. These illegal activities across the country use arms. They use drugs. So the Akwatia itself is a heightened constituency. It's been on the police hotspot list since we started elections. Akwatia has been a strange constituency. What it means is that each of the parties know that with little effort, I will snatch it. Be that it is, they amass everything. And that also has its own tension. The last Akwatia election resulted in a court case, which means that both parties were not content with the outcome. And the outcome. This means
the NPP was not.
This means that each of them would like to prove whether the court case was necessary or not. So it's a test case for every, or it takes all the boss for a heightened electoral environment. So we need to put all these cards there, and the police will also have to. They've already analyzed the situation.
What should we do different? I mean, this is not the first time we're going to Akwatia. And the first time we went to Akwatia for a by-election, we saw violence.
Yeah, I was there myself. We had to relocate the Kodio Secretariat that was set up there.
So, and looking at or scanning the pronouncements and the atmosphere in Akwatia, what must we do differently? I'll come to the both of you, so you also answer me that.
Those questions will have to go to them. But what I can see is that there should be a strict enforcement. That last aspect of security strategy should be done. We should see people quickly picked and sent to the police station, whether they will be in cells until the elections are over, no matter who you are. We should do that spot picking to send signals that the security is not just there in numbers. they are also there for action. If we don't do that, and we allow it to happen as... I also saw big wigs from the MPP who were there. Yeah. And if I say big wigs, I'm talking about where I sit as a security person. People I've known from all over the country. A chief... Don't let me go there. Okay. They are also there. It means they are also, as you said, they are also prepared to counter if anything happens. The NDC is also there. The NDC said they did not deploy any people to go and intimidate anybody at Ablekuma. People went on their own. They have no hands in it. That's what they said. And that's when you read the Vigilante-Related Offences Act, it says that the parties themselves don't maintain vigilante groups. Individual elites within the parties form and finance it. However, the activities benefit the parties in general. So if the NDC says that, it's just in line with the report. Yeah. But of course, the activities will benefit the NDC. That's it. Also, after Ablekuma, you saw the videos from the MPP vigilante groups. Yes. You asked us to stay back in 2024. You see what they happened to you. Bring us back. So it's like everybody is now saying that the vigilantism and related. And I said here that post-2020 or during 2020, people did not know how effective the act was going to be applied. So they were sitting back to see, because the Vigilante Act says that it does not define vigilantism. The act describes offenses that constitute vigilantism. Even if you use a pen, they say it's a weapon. And the least you can go in is 5 years. And they say that if you finance, support, benefits, and you're a party activist, you'll be barred from contesting in political activity for some years. So people were afraid of the severity of the sanctions in the act, and therefore they didn't know how to go. So they recoiled and were monitoring the environment. So after some time, they realized that, oh, this act has no teeth. Let's go back and do it. And you saw it coming in 2024. You saw it coming in Ablekuma by-election. So it's not like the vigilante groups are gone. We are not seeing them in their paraphernalia. The Hiradu, they were wearing T-shirts, caps, branded things. And you saw them. Now you don't see them, but they are there. So we shouldn't deceive ourselves that vigilantism is banned. No.
Are they there as the blue and the green armies? Cancel.
I think, talking as a lawyer, there are certain things you need to prove to be able to identify, to say this person is a member of a vigilante group.
Why?
So some of the things he's mentioning, like branded T-shirts, attending meetings, having membership cards, having slogans, maybe tattoos on their bodies, etc. Those are things that you like to. So it is not necessarily the idea of the law going to comatose mode or something. It is the idea, for me, where I stand as a lawyer, who is going to prosecute, I will be able to pinpoint these elements to be able to secure conviction. Those are some of the difficulties a prosecutor will face. That aside, let's go back to Lily. Please do us a favor, for the sake of our viewers. Let's see the video of the NDC guys prevented from attending the 1 week celebration. Okay. So that my brother here,
if you can put that on standby for me, I would appreciate the video of the NDC persons who are going into the 1 week celebration of the NSC Akumi who were prevented. If you can ready that for me, but please make it your point.
Then again, for 8 months. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was taken to court on election petition. He could have died, and if there's a past tense for die dead. Yes, he could have died and died dead if there's a past tense. But this man was there for 8 months. Look, the Ghanaian electorate is becoming more and more intelligent. They are able to read through some of these things. Notice one thing about this by-election. Hitherto, when we have situations where if there is a by-election, we've seen it within the last 8 years, there will be massive road construction within the constituency, etc.
It is not the case.
It is not the case now.
It is.
Oh,
it is.
Oh, your reporter, the reporter said it.
I asked
yes, they have drip machines there.
Oh, no, the drip machines are working every day. I mean, we are talking about...
I asked my reporter if synonymous to by-elections to see bitumen spread, graveling, and he said no. However, some of the roads have been graded.
Yes. The drip machines, they are using that to their advantage.
No, we are using the drip machines.
The chairman even said if they want development, and he quoted using the drip as an example that they can do more development. It's in the interest of the constituency.
I'll come to you, but let me answer this quick. In engaging the constituents of Akwatia this morning, our reporter asked them, and they said one critical thing lacking is development.
Yes. So if the chairman says we'll bring you development, he's saying that they will bring development, not development
on the premise that they vote for the NDC candidates.
Exactly. That is all. That is what you would have promised the Blackma West if you had won. That's what you would have promised them.
But that
exactly.
is wrong.
No, that's what.
I can't see.
That's what originally everybody. You see, there was something I picked from Bro here, which I've also advocated that if there is a by-election, let everybody remain in the Accra. Let everybody remain in their regional capital. Let the locals do their thing. Sometimes it's those of us who move from the Accras, the Kumasis, the Hos, the Kofodias there. We might be the ones causing the confusion. I also love that we should go along that tangent. But back to Akwatia. You see, we don't have a situation where development cuts across. Everybody has a quota to say that when NDC comes. Until I heard His Excellency in one of his speeches that there will be this amount of money to every constituency, where governs Kwame Agboja MP also says every constituency will have this amount of roads, and which was buttressed by the Minister for Finance. It is easier for you to have the ear of a sitting minister if you belong to his party. Look, hitherto people praised the last roads minister,
Amakwata.
That the good thing about him is whether he'll do it or not, no matter the party you belong to, once you come to his office, he's all smiles and receiving you. But whether he'll do it next is another. Because everybody knows that you need to have the ear of the minister or whoever it is to bring the development to your area. The people are saying they need development. Who else better placed now for them to bring the... Without downplaying the quality of the MPP candidate, we're talking about a very good lawyer, somebody who has challenged the status quo from High Court to the Supreme Court. When this guy is on his feet and talking in the Supreme Court, I marvel. I'm like, wow, you are performing better than what we prepared before we come to court. The guy will be a good material. Bernard is a solid material for Akwatia, no doubt about that. So I want to urge the Akwatians to this today. Look, my brother here, let's be honest. NDC elected their candidates before the Tamale tragedy.
Before the helicopter crash.
Yes, before the helicopter crash. We couldn't have gone back to say, with all the efforts you have put in for the election, this is the decision we are taking today. Let us align with what MPP is saying. Or let us also show that we are withdrawing from the... And it will betray our trust to say that we won that election first. That will betray our trust. Because there were people we were telling there and then that if this election petition would have survived the death of the MP, I will tell you that we're going to... Because where I sit as part of the team, the material I see, we would have won that election. You see, we were here, we discussed before. He wasn't here. Some of the materials that were submitted to the Supreme Court, after this, bro, I'll show you. They submitted a gazetted information which the Assembly Press could not authenticate. Okay, from here I'll show you the copies. We were even at the CID were at the heels of almost arresting the deceased MP. So we had a lot of incontrovertible evidence to say that we have won Akwatia. So for us to withdraw from Akwatia today will be a disaster, will be an injustice to the people we keep telling that we have won Akwatia. In any case, between now and the next 48 hours, I believe you will call me to say, lawyer, congratulations, your brother has won. Akwatia to me is turning green. I'm telling you, no two ways about that. No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ronnie.
Thank you. Interestingly for me, in every election cycle, we normally vote for the parliamentary candidates and the presidential candidate at the same time. I think they are being mischievous.
Okay.
All of a sudden, they are making it seem as if the MP in your constituency is not in government with us, you will not see any development. And I think it's unfortunate for a general chairman of their party to making such statements. And I believe he wants to lead this country. I believe he's a potential flag bearer and a future, maybe a possible presidential candidate. But I think he's doing well in terms of his dressing as a president. But he's not speaking like a potential president, with all due respect. It's not fair to make such statements as if without an MP belonging to the NDC, there will be no development. When former presidents came out to free SHS, one district, one factory, he never at any point, well, we never at any point said that development will only happen places where MPP have MPs. We never said free SHS will only benefit places where MPs are MPP members. I don't know if maybe from what our brother is saying, if Solomon wins the election, maybe the 24-hour policy,
Lily,
Akwatia will not benefit him.
Let me interrupt. You didn't see the persons from Goma coming to meet the then president Akufo-Addo and say, you didn't vote for me. You didn't see hear him when he went to the voter lake when there was the
But there were developments in those areas.
He told them that you don't even vote for me. So you didn't.
But there were
hear
developments in those areas. My point is that you don't now play the devil's advocate by claiming that because you are in power, it is mandatory for the MP to also be part of your government. Then what is the point in having an opposition party? Development is for the whole of Ghana. It's a national agenda. So I don't think it's fair for them to go down that route. According to our brother, for me, I was at Ablikmanov. I was manning one of the polling stations, Bethel Baptist, from the whole day. And what I experienced made me really scared for this country moving forward. The word vigilante has changed. It is not the usual macho men, big guys, looking intimidating, walking around. Now there are even some women who are part of the vigilantism. Let me explain what I mean by that. In every election, what I think we should do moving forward is that there's always a perimeter where certain people are not allowed to enter those perimeters. At Ablikmanov, where we were, I noticed we were overpowered and overwhelmed by a lot of NDC. When I say NDC, there were people with ID cards, either police, national security, NIB, nobody knows. They all had cards. So clearly, vigilantism has now moved to become digital because these guys are carrying...
They had ID cards that suggested that they were members of the NDC?
Yes, no, not members of the NDC. Members of security agencies, which allows them to enter the perimeter.
Okay, and these security agencies, did they state, national security, police?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That now the vigilance has moved to a different dimension. They are now coming into the perimeter. So if you don't have access, before you realize you're overpowered. So from what he's saying, what we need to do as a country, I think, moving forward is that every election within the perimeters, both parties, there should be a list of the people who are allowed within these perimeters.
I think, Paul, there are always these lists.
They are not following it through. Nobody's enforcing it.
It's a law. There's a law.
Nobody's
and the
enforcing
Electoral
it. This is the problem.
Yeah. I'll come to that shortly.
Yes,
please.
This is the problem. And it happened in Ablikmanov in my presence. We had about 30, 40 people, and these were people, I know some of them as NDC loyalists, but all of a sudden now they are dressed and looking like security personnel, even some women. So this is clearly a problem for the country. And as you said, security is getting worse in this country. And if we don't start tackling it now, then we're going to have a big problem ahead of us. So when we talk about vigilantism, it's not just about the usual macho men causing. It's about how do we tackle vigilantism externally and within the perimeters of election as well.
Okay. Paul, you're talking about the Election Act and
who is allowed. So the Election Act specifically say the election management officials, the officially deployed security. And in Ghana here, they usually deploy two security officials, whether prisons official, but two security officials there. The voter, then it recognizes the leader of the party or the MP. There was a case in GHToday where the chief, who was also working at Flagstaff House, was going to vote, visiting the polling station. The people said he's not qualified. So our CODE officer there called to ask, and I said, it's only morality to accord a respect to an elderly or a chief to enter the polling station. He's not part of the allowed officials who should be allowed. Even media, if you don't have that accreditation, you are not allowed to enter. But even if you enter, you have a distance to stand from. So the act is there, but it's not enforced.
Not enforced.
You go to the polling station, and you have everybody going there.
Yes.
If the MP or the candidate is coming, it comes with the entire family. It comes with bodyguards. It comes with special security. So one person, instead of one person entering, you should have about 10, 8 people following him. And the security people, the 2 people, really, if an MP or even my brother is coming, any of them, they know they are big men, will they be able to sack them? And don't also forget, one thing people don't notice is that the deployed 2 security officers at the polling station is not for the voter. They are for the polling officials and the materials. We always train our code observers. If anything statutory, don't run towards that security man. He's not there for you. He's going to protect the materials. Run away. So it becomes difficult for them to control the people who are coming there. For example,
he raised the point in Ablekuma North that the police were there, they couldn't do. So is this not an answer to the point you raised?
No, I think it's still not enough personnel. I mean, people are intimidated. They see, like he's saying, they see the big men coming.
But he is saying that the personnel that are deployed there are protecting election materials.
Yeah,
they are protecting election materials.
Yes, that's
so why
that's the first priority.
Yeah, so why should we have more personnel to protect individuals?
No, so why should people even be allowed to enter? There was this, I think, a retired police or a military officer who wrote a piece, and he said there should be a redesigning of the polling center, the polling station. He is recommending that we have 2 streams of polling station where the voters are queued and where the materials are, which only the 2 police officials and the polling staff are there with 1 person who is going to cast his votes. So if you have this stream of polling arrangement, I think it will reduce that. But legally, per the Electoral Act, you are not allowed in there at all. But they do.
Lily,
Now they are coming.
Have we all forgotten a situation in the GHToday by-election where the Kwadasu MP visited the area and was accused of even bribing the EC officials? Oh, you forgot that?
No, we don't. It was not normal. It shouldn't happen.
Ronnie, all these things
it shouldn't
are
happen.
not like, I mean, I'm not trying to...
Yes, so are you trying to say is this allowed?
Okay, the good thing. No, but what I'm trying to say is that don't appear selective and forgetting that these things have happened under your very watch. Yes, so once it's bad then, it's bad now. Again, you see, just go and vote and go home. That is all Kodeo and the rest have been saying. Vote, go home. 5 o'clock, gather, watch the counting. But you see, over the years, there have been a pattern of stealing. I will tell you, one of the things NDC did in the 2024 election, or one of the things we watched, was that there were certain areas, the constituency of Madam Betty Mould, Idrisu, like that. The number of votes between John Dramani Mohammed, then candidate in 2020, and candidate Nana Akufo-Addo was about 74,000 difference. And we realized that the voting pattern appeared to be, and they use manual verification finally. They skip the one that they will verify electronically, but started to use. And we realized that the number of votes cast within a minute will show that it has to be done by a number of people to meet such a target. So it is things like this that make people to say, hey, we are going to wait to see if somebody is going to tamper with the way election is being conducted. You see, senior bro, let's be honest here a bit. The election laws and the penalties associated thereof are either weak, non-enforceable, nobody has taken the time to enforce them. No, I'm being honest here. You saw particularly the last 4 that brought a lot of issues here. If the election laws are such that they could bite 1 or 2 of those people, such a thing will not happen in future. And it is for this reason that I'll urge the AG, review some of the things we saw under election. You see here, he's given, because much as the position of the law is that the electoral officers perform tasks that they don't do every day. So anything that appears perfect, we should accept it. But there are certain acts of the electoral officers that do not even meet the threshold of imperfection.
But then we should also remember...
You see, so we should be able to punish such persons to serve as a deterrent, so that you don't necessarily become a god of election time and know that I know it or I can. You see, until recently, people used to put the indelible, the thumbprint ink in their head. So when they are about to count, they put their hand, and when they are sorting, by the time they finish sorting, they spoil a lot of ballot papers. It's one of the reasons why some of the ink they are using now will not be transferable if you want to do it differently. So it's an appeal to you that once you are an advocate group or an advocacy group, let us go forward better than what we have. The election officers themselves need to also face some sanction.
No, the EC has started.
Okay.
Yeah, that's last election. They have prosecuted about 4 or 5 of them.
Yes.
The EC has started.
So let's have such things. How can a whole collation officer, returning officer say that, for me, I can't do this because, I mean, somebody says we should do it that way. No. You should be able to look at what the law says. It is not just about counting. I went somewhere, and the guy who was to write the total ballot sheet, it was 590. He wrote the 5 in Ablekuma, wrote the 9 in Cantonment, and wrote the 0 in just because he wanted to fill in something. And the guy said, cancel it, squeeze it, so that there will be no space. He refused until one of them took pen and crossed it out. And it nearly turned into an issue. That's why did you cross it? But why will you write the 5 there, the 9 there, the 0 there? They are supposed to be. But the good news is, you see, if the election management, security management team had not done what they are doing currently at Akwatia, tomorrow, should something happen, we will sit here and bash them.
Of course.
We will all sit here and bash them. Let them do what they need to do for us to have a peaceful election. The stakes in Akwatia, for some reason, appear to be high.
Yeah.
Needlessly so, though, they appear to be high. But let us allow them. In fact, I was surprised he said there were some barriers that were not manned.
Yes, there are videos.
Okay. When I was leaving yesterday, all the barriers I went through were all manned.
Empty barriers.
Okay. All the barriers I went through. Oh, if we are talking about empty barriers, between Adenta police station to Amahia, there are about 3 barriers there that are not manned. We have it all over across, even in our normal situations.
But this is an election period in Akwatia.
So, but let us give them the hope. This same police that they had trust in 8 months ago, today, they don't have trust in them. This same IGP that they appointed, deputy IGP in charge of operations purposely for election, today, they don't have trust in him. There is something wrong.
They appointed IGP purposely for election.
I mean, if I listen to my brother, they are focusing more on the electoral processes. We are more worried about the security aspect of the election. Recently, we identified about 20 people who were involved in the attacks on our party members. Only 9, I believe, have been 8 have been convicted. The 8 convicted, they were even given bail. They were given bail. They were convicted. They were given bail. Meanwhile, we have our social TikTokers, our members on social media ranting, and they are being held without bail for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is not fair. If we really want to tackle the election security aspect, we need to serve severe punishment. And both parties, we are already denouncing we want a peaceful election. They must come out boldly and insist on a peaceful election as well.
Okay, let me take a quick break here. When I return, we'll talk about Sola, Tuna, and Kalba. Unfortunately, we've lost 18 lives. The Interior Minister, he was there, he engaged the GHOne. We'll talk about that shortly. You're welcome. This is still GHToday here on GHOne TV, and still with breakfast with my guests are still seated. Theophilus Jumega, Paul, I beg your pardon, Mensa Brampa, and Ronnie Nicole. We talked about Akwatia heavily. Let's head to Sola. And unfortunately, lives have been lost over a piece of land. The Interior Minister was there over the weekend. He met with the Yagbon under the instruction of President Mohammed, where he stated that they are poised to restore calm. When you ended, up north, very often we see issues, and we still have Boko on our necks. And we have an unfortunate incident. There's even calls for food to be made available to residents. The residents are fleeing. Persons don't have places to sleep. Persons are struggling to even earn a daily bread. How do we do this? How do we tackle this?
I think may the souls of the people we lost rest in peace. I think as a country, I think the first priority we should make sure is we should separate these conflicts. Politicians should not use tribal as a tool during elections. That is one of the reasons why we are here today. It's not helping us as a nation. And I always tell a lot of people that people always look at just the north. Yes, a lot of people from north, it's not just about the northern region. There's over 300 Zongo communities across Ghana. In every area, you will find a Zongo community. So if we're not careful, these violence can trigger down and hit the Zongo communities that we are in. As a nation, it goes beyond just sending the interior. Is it a deputy?
There was the Interior Minister and then the Deputy Defense Minister.
Deputy Defense Minister. I think there should be community engagement because what you also don't want is for a minority group to feel alienated from the government or to feel because of their tribe they are being sidelined. So the early engagement for me is extremely key. The whole community must get together and we must take these issues seriously. We must address it head on. Because if we don't, it will escalate. We saw what's happening in Boku, it has escalated. And if we're not careful and all these issues start coming up, it could escalate. Just last night, we saw what happened in Sotum, where similar issues are happening. A lot of violence seems to be happening under their current establishment. Meanwhile, when we were in power, they claimed that under an NDC leadership, the country is at peace. Unfortunately, politicians should be careful what they say. We are experiencing a lot of bad things happening in the country. And for the peace and security for all of us, the earlier we solve this problem, the better it is for the country.
Paul.
The IDPs, the internally displaced people, when the video I was just watching reminds me of when the Liberians were brought here during their conflicts. It reminds me of the Hutu Tutsis in Rwanda, and it reminds me of so many things that we do. Early last year, I paid visit to Upper West Region, the refugees shelter camp, and I also went to Upper East, is it Talibu Krum? Also, there's another shelter camp that is housing people fleeing from Burkina Faso. When you go there, their situation is better than what we are seeing there. Because the Ghana Refugee Board, the UNDP and other organizations have better settlements with constant food supplements to them, taking care of them. Look at where our own people, it's all because of misunderstanding and conflict. I understand, I was reading from the online that people who were trying to flee the conflict using the boat to Cote d'Ivoire. I'm emphasizing Cote d'Ivoire because you know what is happening in Cote d'Ivoire too. Just last year, in the last quarter, the terrorists have bombed almost 3/4 of the borderlines of Cote d'Ivoire. Yet our people feel safe to go there. It tells you the situation that we are in now at the northern part of Ghana. And unfortunately, what I was reading is that in an attempt to flee, they used a boat which capsized. And we are not sure of how many, only 6 had been rescued. We are not sure of how many were in the boat. So that, since I'm thinking probably it's because of that the death toll has risen to 18, but we are not sure. The NATMO officer also assessing the situation. So it comes back to the causes. Most of the causes of conflicts in our parts of the country has been land chieftaincy. The resources have not caused us the conflict that we have because it stays between the state and the people who are doing the illegality. But land and chieftaincy. Before 2024 elections, I sit in the National Security Dialogue. It's a small committee of experts of security managed by the Interior Minister, then the Defense Minister. The then National Security Coordinator said he uses almost 75% of his budget for communal violence settlements. 75% of his budget is used for this. And you wouldn't be surprised if you see this. Just ask yourself how much will have gone into the tents, how much will go into the meals that will survive them. We need to deploy first aid there. So we need to sit down and see how some of these things are settled. But just last week, before Saturday, both youth associations of the two tribes, the Brifo Youth Association and the Goja Land Youth Association, had issued statements, both calling for peace and settlements. And the Goja Land Youth Association were meeting on Saturday with all the stakeholders to see how it goes. But going forward, Lily, I think that land administration project that was started should be intensified and reactivated, such that traditional leaders sell land in conjunction approval with the district land administration or with the district land planning departments. If it happens that way, the land is officially demarcated, those earmarked for public facilities are there, and those that should be sold by the chief are clearly demarcated. If it happens this happens as selling, that cause community commotion will stop. So we need to reactivate the land administration project, make it more known, publicized, so that when you go to some place, even assembly members are selling land. In my hometown in Accra, I was just driving past and I saw a big gutter had been covered and a kiosk had been mounted on the gutter. I asked and I said it was an assemblyman who sold it. So it's been haphazardly laid and sold, and this is some of the things that come up. So it's highly recommended that we finish that project. The lab project should be finished, integrated into the traditional management system, and linked to the district planning department, so that we work in harmony to ensure that we reduce some of this pressure.
Okay.
Lily, my worry is our peace as a country, the destination, peace destination, that without so much, we are gradually losing it. Before I continue, let me quickly say that, not undermining what senior bro has said, but it depends on who owns the land. In my area, the Volta region, the chiefs don't own land. Lands are owned by individuals and families. Yes. The chiefs don't own land. That's why we don't have stool land for you to go and sell. They don't. And it's one of the reasons why when they want to install persons as chiefs, they run away. There's nothing there to... Yes.
But the individuals should be controlled.
So if we are doing it, I was coming to that, we should include the individuals, not necessarily just the chiefs. The part that saddens me is that this is close to the hometown of His Excellency, the President. And that will be something that we'll be looking at. Or is the President going to support one group against the other?
That's what makes it dangerous.
Yes, that is what is worrying me, especially knowing the type of person His Excellency, the President, is. And I'm also worried that the residents of the area, having had the President coming from their area, one good thing they need to do is to maybe quell back a bit and allow the shining image of the President to fill all of them, so that they will have a bit to it. Now, I understand that the cost is about land being sold to a private developer. Is it going to be like an industry, or is it going to be just housing, estates, etc., that is causing some of these things? Let us take a step back. Will it encourage others as well to now go and invest in that area? That is another thing we need to look at. You see, I'll give you an example. If you go to, maybe senior knows, Kenyansi in, I don't know whether it's now in Ahafo or it's in Bono. Okay. When Newmont started, they were facing attacks, if I'll use that word, on their staff. So people now move on to Sunyai to go and rent houses, buy land, and build over there. And people have built flats, etc., to rent to workers. If the community in Kenya had been a bit welcoming, the local economy would have grown with such an investment. So sometimes some of these things, much as you are showing how strong you are, you should be thinking about the development of your area. I also want to wish that efforts should be made as quick as possible to bring our people back home from Cote d'Ivoire. Because this is an eyesore and doesn't reflect on the image of Ghana. We are receiving people, as seniors from Burkina Faso. And now we are sacking our own people, or our people are fleeing to Cote d'Ivoire, where Cote d'Ivoire itself has its own problems that they are trying to send. People are running away to Ghana. So, and we used to tout ourselves to say that in the sub-region, we are the only people who are enjoying massive peace. So I want to plead that whatever will be done to bring these people back quickly should be done. Yesterday, I listened to somebody, I don't know whether it was the NADMO director or somebody who was mentioning the figures, and I could see a sense of pride in him that 12,000. I'm like, come on, are you not ashamed to be so specific with such numbers? Because this is the shame of all of us. I pray that the youth, as they are trying to dialogue with each other, some peace should come. But on the other side, I ask myself, knowing that the communities are close, haven't they intermarried?
They have.
That you have your mother here, your father here, and your mother's people are fighting your father's people, and I ask those questions. You see, if you read the development of Singapore, one of the things Lim Kuan Yew did those times is to force different group of people to live together. So that the Chinese will be here, the Malaysians will be here, the Bangladesh, they all live together. So the idea, and that's one of the reasons why they have adopted English as their language, so that everybody is forced to have one language, and so that their local languages will disappear. What I'm trying to draw attention to is that the communal living of different tribes or groups should rather foster development instead of bringing conflict. Because if my mom is from this side and my dad is from here, where am I tearing my gun to? Am I fighting my mom's people or I'm fighting my dad's people? So I believe that they should look at how they are intermarried as well. And let that be one of the calls for them to say, for me, my mom is from here, my dad is from here. I don't think I'll be interested in this fight. And the call on by His Excellency, the President, or the Minister for Interior couldn't have come any time better than what he has done. I know the plate of the IGP is full. Yesterday when I was looking at the convoy, there was no GP one, so I knew he wasn't in Akwatia. So I wasn't surprised he was up there in the north trying to solve this. Let us give peace a chance so that the image of Ghana. See, you remember the Miss World that took part in Nigeria and there was a bit of commotion. I was in Belgium then. I was at the train station when the news item flashed on the screen. And one of them tapped me and said, look at what is happening in your country. I don't know Nigeria, for God's sake. I've never...
but we are identified as one people.
Yes, but what I'm trying... Yes, so this will be the image that will be projected about Africa. And the image that will be projected about Ghana. And you'll be on the train, at the train station, and somebody will touch you and say, look at your country. And I mean, when someone sees this, then it solidifies and ticks the box of their perception that we are only up to doing these things. So it doesn't give us... The president has just come back from the Far East, Singapore, Japan, etc., getting a lot of investment opportunities to come in, and the people are now looking back and watching this type of thing. We played with them. Let the guns fall silent. The Soul Tuom one, when I heard it this morning and last night, I'm asking myself, there is no religion that does not call for peace.
That's true.
You can't be going to sprinkle quickly on a shrine in terms of anger. It might be for peaceful purpose or to invoke peace, protection, etc. And now you are firing guns to the level that 3 people have, excuse my French, foolishly been killed. It's a sad thing. And for this reason, I wish to say that the Greater Accra Regional Security should be up to the task, patrol the places properly, reassure citizens, because my understanding is that where the thing happened has a lot of shops, container shops, and people had to run away from doing their business. Let them reassure so that our level of peace as we are designated, we should maintain it. It's a pride for some of us. Yeah.
Okay. Let's
but I mean, to just let him know that currently Ghana, we've dropped 6 places on the index list.
The peace index,
The peace index list. So there's no good for us. So I don't know what the current government is doing about it. So clearly these issues will affect us drastically if nothing is being done. So it's important.
So many things to
our
do,
image out there.
Image out there, investments.
Yes.
I mean, we did fantastically well. I'm sure my brother knows. We did the year of return. You know, we brought in a lot of tourism.
Ghana was my brother who said that politicians should not fund this. Then in one breath, he says he gave it to us on the left hand and right hand. My brother. Before then, we had a Pana Fest, etc. That all happened years back. But yes,
maybe next time the two of them will say like that.
Well, it's good that we're facing the middle.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's talk about the NPP. The NPP has 5 people have successfully filed to contest the leadership of the NPP.
Yeah.
But this particular contest has been fraught with a lot of vitriolic comments, especially from. Let me refrain from saying 3 leading candidates because there are 5 persons who are from 3 persons there. Kennedy campaign, the Brian campaign, and the Baumia campaign. How then will the party unite after January 31st if you are abusing each other with words? How then do you mend and go together and then fight the NDC, especially as you head to 2028?
Thank you. I think coming together is something that will definitely happen after the January 31st. I don't want to use the word abusing each other. I think generally MPP members are extremely passionate about taking part in the process, making sure that we get a credible candidate to face the NDC. These are well-marketed potential flag bearers. If you look at all 5 of them, the former flag bearer, the former vice president,
Dr. Mahmoud
Baumia, he's in the race.
Yeah.
He wants us to give him the opportunity to lead again. We also look at Honorable Kennedy Japan, a former member of parliament, 4 times member of parliament. You know, he's a maverick. He's also in the race. You look at Brian Champon. He's young. He's also a former member of parliament, former minister. He's also in the race. When we have Dr. Educhum, who's also a former minister, very versatile, did extremely well at education. He's also in the race. Then you have Honorable Kobne Japan. He's a household name in the MPP, a former general secretary. He served in Kufuor's government. So for me, all 5 of them are very marketable. And I don't think after John Mahama finishes his term, there's anybody in the NDC who can face any of these 5 people that the MPP is presenting. So for some of us, coming together, building unity after January 31st is pivotal. A united MPP can never lose an election in Ghana. That's a fact. I need to put on a record. Once we're united, we can never lose.
Are you then suggesting that prior to 2024, you were not united?
Definitely. I mean, I came here and I said that apathy was more dangerous than then candidate John Mahama. Because clearly the results showed that a lot of our members did not come out to vote. So our internal issues is what caused us to lose the election. If our members came out to vote, NPP will still be in government. So clearly, if we build our base, work in-house, solve all of our problems, we will definitely win the general election. It's a fact.
But if that is anything to go by, don't you think you are dissipating that fabric more with the campaigns that you're throwing out? I have seen some members of the NDC on social media say, they say, oh, we are taking note. After January 31, we'll have a lot to throw at you. Don't you think that you're washing your dirty linen in public?
Well, like I said, the internal election comes with a price to pay. But for me, it's a very minimum price to pay. No matter how much we say in the public, after January 30th, so we're going to be united. What the NDC needs to realize, Ghanaians are watching them. We are not in power anymore. They are in governance. Ghanaians want accountability. Ghanaians want better living standards. So the Ghanaians are not going to be measuring the NPP anymore. The Ghanaians will be measuring the NDC's performance. If they don't perform well, we will come and take over. So I don't think it's a case of we're washing our linen in public, because after January 31st, we'll come back together and we're going to take them head on. We're going to face them. And we know that this current NDC, they use propaganda to win power, but you cannot govern with propaganda. Clearly, we're seeing signals of a little bit of flaws here and there. He knows it. That's why he's smiling quietly. He knows trouble is coming. And they're also going to have their own internal issues, because after President John Mohammed, they have to pick their candidate. We are ready. By then, we'll be battle ready, and we're going to tackle them and deal with them. So we are not worried as a party.
let me come to you. Do you have enough receipts for the NPP?
Oh yes, we saw the Brian Baumia thing playing out recently. We have the Ken ones already. I mean, these three that I've mentioned should not get any closer to the presidency.
Why?
I will come to it. But for the vigilance and the action of Ghanaians, Brian would have swallowed all our very good hotels to be his property.
See, propaganda.
Yes. And Brian was.
But these are the things that your
people have put out.
You have put out 10 cents
of Brian Champon,
10 cents of Kennedy Japan, 10 cents of Dr. Baumia.
Yes. So I'm only, in case you are, I know he doesn't see the ones that affect them.
But
so
that doesn't put food on your table. Ghanaians are looking at them. That does not put food on your table.
I am telling you.
All their sins does not put food on your table. The average Ghanaian is looking at that.
I am telling you that the price of 5 kg of rice has dropped. The price of a gallon of fried oil has dropped. Those ones put food on our table. I mean,
purchasing power is extremely low, by the way, and I'm sure you know it.
Success comes with its own issues. We're just 8 months in government, for crying out loud.
8 months, almost 1 year.
We have done so much that I've said it here before, that living conditions now, a lot of people are peaceful. Just before we got to 2024, it was like, get out, let's get somebody in. Indeed, His Excellency then, Nana Akufo-Addo said, I am leaving. Somebody with better economic management will come in. Whoever he referred to was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Let's come back to the issue here.
He's laughing.
Then if you see the videos about Ken, Ken talk about, use certain words, his utterances, that for the fact that I am going to be president, you mean that I shouldn't say this, and he repeated them. I am too nice to repeat them here. Then, of course, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is going to write on the success or failure of the government of which he was the vice president. And he's going to write on the success or failure of how he campaigned the last time. All these people should not, I believe, not be close to the presidency. A half-baked NDC candidate would be better than all three of them combined.
He should name them.
I am telling you.
Name them.
No, why should
but
I?
They are early days. Don't you think they are early days?
In any case, let me advise my colleague here. The political terrain is not fixed. If he has his eyes on Ablekuma West, declare it today. That will scare some people even from trying to come. Then that will also make some people to say that he is coming, let me prepare this way. Then you see their claws and their teeth. Then you resharpen and realign your strategy. So declare it today.
He said he would declare after Akwatia.
He said that after the presidential thing. When will
you declare after January 31st?
Definitely.
But you not declare before.
He said he doesn't know when we get there.
What I was trying to say is that you see, when you're in a party, you must also show concern for the party structure itself. This is not the time to be selfish. There is no point in me.
But you have 4 years. You have to start early.
No, you ask for the work, you start the work on ground. But
so have you started working?
Definitely, 100%. But you must also keep your eye on the ball.
He says he started working at Ablekuma West. That's the answer. Yes.
Does he have an interest there?
Okay.
Do you have an interest there?
No, I don't have an interest. I mean, we want the best material. If he's
do you know the person going to contest Ablekuma West for the NDC?
We have a candidate. We have a city MP.
I mean, is he going to contest?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
We have a city MP. Okay. Yes, he will definitely go. Okay. Yeah, the Reverend. Yes.
Yeah. So he's representing the NDC again in 2028.
We doubt that. Why should Reverend run from behind to come and cross?
The seat is coming. We loan them the seat. The seat is coming back.
Okay.
Okay, I heard them saying NDC won by default, NDC won by something. Okay. But let's come back to the presidential.
Now that he has declared, yes. you know that you're going against Reverend, since he says Reverend is coming.
That is if he crosses their primaries. Okay. That's the second issue. Okay. Now, the candidates that NDC has now, I mean, if you look at the flock that we might choose from, no matter who we bring, you see, let's get something clear. In 2028, we will be sure to validate whether 1-something million voters abandon MPP or not.
Okay.
We are of the firm conviction that those numbers do not exist in any way.
They exist.
Okay. So let's wait. That time, if and what shows that assuming those 1.8 or 1-something existed, would have voted for MPP.
Yes,
let us wait. That time we'll validate it. Okay. But the three people I've mentioned, Bawumia's utterances, I mean, currently, as we have it, all the things that he promises when he was the president, at least let's use the indicators, the vice president, let's use the indicator, the economic indicators, and compare with what we are seeing now. When it became the time, you listen to Usu Bempa, he tells you when he was championing economic and when it was time for economics, he was championing digitalization. He won't talk again about it. Those things will come back to haunt him. We will compare the city when he was the head of the economic management team to the city when he handed over. Okay. And we'll tell him, Brian, without the hotel issue, his role in Ayawaso West will go. We have not forgotten. Now, currently, Brian cannot even command the whole of Eastern region to be his stronghold. Brian cannot command that. So he doesn't.
He single-handedly funded it. So
you see, maybe over the weekend, it was weekend, Akwatia dominated. But if you read what or listened to Asase Radio, where Honorable Akwatia said, he said, for the fact that you have money and spend on the party and you don't talk sense, should we give you the nod? Okay, so at least somebody from the down the river has come out to tell us that the crocodile is dead.
We cannot doubt it.
We cannot doubt it.
Okay.
That's what he has told us. Okay. That if you spend so much, then he also goes on to say that, do you know the number of people who have spent on the party and are silent just to help the party to grow?
Okay.
So for me, those who have touted that they have spent on the party, judging from what my senior Atachia has said, they don't speak sense. Okay. Having not speak, if you don't, no, I mean, just Google. It's on Ghana Web. I read it last night. Yes, that's what he said. I mean, this one is a straight. If this
but you should also bear in mind, everyone says their opinion based on where their also alliances are.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what he's saying. So at the end of the day, how you are going to bring the alliances back?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, you will notice that there are people from managerial point of view who believe that let's get the job done.
Yeah.
We can hurt people along the way. We'll come back when we get the job done, come and sweep our back. There are people who also feel that let's do it diligently, let's not hurt anybody, get nothing wrong, and do it and get the job done. I believe that a lot of our politicians here think that by political engineering, let's get across the line and come back. But you see, people take time to forget how you treat them. And that is one of the things they need to pay attention to. So for me,
especially
again,
politicians, people forget.
Yes.
Politicians forget a lot how they treat people.
Yes, and people don't forget. So for me, I will keep saying that no matter who NDC brings, even if the person is half-baked, it will be better and will perform better at the polls.
I disagree.
And will stand on the achievement of the current administration.
Okay.
Will do better than whoever MPP will bring. Listen to our former vice president at Akwatia over the weekend. It shouldn't be coming from a person like him. Likening we have discussed it already, the death of this man to, what's the name? The political court issue. Yeah, when you were in court telling us that you and I were not there. So for me, that one alone shouldn't have been, even, look, if you were my friend, I'll tell him, you ain't going to be our president. Don't waste time. Don't waste money. Currently, MPP needs to sit back, do a bit of homework, proper one. The first thing to do is to release the Michael Quay report publicly for people to
Isn't it
go
ironic?
through it. You know why I'm saying that? Let me tell you. If if you have ever read Chasing the Elephant into the Bush.
I read it.
If you read it, you will see that
Kennedy.
Yes, that book and its subsequent recommendations and some of the things Arthur Kennedy spoke about helped NPP in 2016. Because they refined some of the things he mentioned in the book. We're going to ask about Professor Michael Quay. There was a time multimedia was even blastering, showing full pages on their website. Unlike the ones we have now that we will see page 19 telling about the girlfriends. Then somebody will also post page 54 telling about the same girlfriends that whether they are true or not, we'll use it for the purpose for which it is. But anybody, there are some people there, they won't get 1% of the votes. They are very fine, they won't get. Either because they don't have money or they don't have constituency within the party. I don't mean Ablekuma or Homowo or... No, they don't have people that they will align to.
They don't have a line following.
Yes, they don't have them. There are some that are only a blip as a result of where they fitted within Nanado's government. That they shone in a moment and they will not be able to spread that shining across the country. And they cannot even be identifiable. You will not put their pictures down and somebody will say, I know this man. No. But the final part is that I want to advise my brother, a very fine MP, Boama.
Oh, Patrick Boama.
Patrick Boama, yeah, Boama. He shouldn't accept any of them, they are running mates, because he should beat himself. He looks like a presidential.
But I find it interesting how...
I don't know where you got that from.
I've seen ex-posts, Twitter posts, that future running mates. I've seen
I'm even surprised.
There was one
he's a member of the NPP. He says he doesn't know. Well, maybe somebody else is considering him. Maybe not your candidate.
I'm just surprised he's so versatile and interested in what
affairs of the NPP.
That we should even release the Michael Quay report. I mean, it goes to show they enjoy fuming the issues and tension within my party. But my party, we've been down this road before. We're a strong party. Our base tells us that no matter our differences, we will sit down and break bread and come together. We shouldn't allow some of the issues that have gone on in the past, one or two members leaving, going independent. That shouldn't stop us. MPP is a strong party. It's time to rebuild. We know what we're doing. We've apologized to Ghanaians that we're very sorry, those who feel abandoned, those who fell to the DDP issues, those who were not happy with us. He says whether in 2020, whether the 1.8 will be validated. It's a fact. My constituency in Ablekuma West, we had 93,000 registered voters. 43,000 people did not vote in my constituency. I know for a fact those 43,000, at least 35,000 are MPP members. So the records are there. If we do our in-house job well, getting our members to come out to vote, we win back their confidence. They will definitely come out to vote. Governance isn't easy. They came with propaganda. They are trying to still govern with propaganda. That is not going to help them in 2028. Ghanaians have started seeing their flaws in the NDC already. We will do our work. Ghanaians believe in the MPP. We have to just go back to our values and our principles. Once we're able to achieve that, I genuinely believe whoever we elect on January 31st will defeat whoever they bring to represent the NDC. And I know God is on our side. The battle will always be the Lord's.
Don't bring that again.
Paul, let me hear from you.
Let me also talk about my candidates. Shake Arumi and Reverend Jagbewo. Yes, they are Kodio candidates. Yeah. I mean, yes, we've spoken about this several times, but I was happy during the filing. The elections committee of the MPP made a strong statement, which some of us, the election observers, will take them to task and monitor well. They said they are going to make sure that they operate in the free and fair process. They will speak to the key executives within the party to ensure that they don't declare support for candidates. So some of the things that they did in previous elections that brought disunity in the party, they already spoken about that. I'll urge them to go ahead. I remember I met Evans Nimakon, head of the 2024 elections, and I was telling him some of the our
environment reports that we've monitored. In fact, when I meet them, both MPP and DC, whatever I know about them, I just tell them. One of the things that they will also have to do, Lily, one of the things that bring unhappiness in the party is the way they manage their voter albums in their parties, the way they manage it. Somebody can hijack it, will not release it, and it was common in the Ashanti region. They will not release it, and when they release, you don't see some names. So it's like they try to manipulate, and that creates a lot of anger and apathy in the party. Yeah. They've spoken about that they are not going to do a new album, they're going to use the old album, and most of the parties already have it. They should give the officially authenticated album to the Electoral Commission earlier and give copies to all the parties so that the party will all be happy that they are walking the talk of there being transparency. That's one thing. The secondly, they spoke about forming a small committee to monitor rhetorics of the candidates. I think that is also very much important, as you said. It's not everybody that can easily let something go after the person has been. So if they put all these things in place, then we can think of rebuilding. Internal contests is a make or break for every political party, whether it's for MP or a president. If you don't manage it well, you risk losing support of the entirety of your party, especially the bigwigs going forward. It happened in the election that brought Akwatia together as a candidate, and you saw what happened in Ashanti region, the votes. Nobody can dispute that. So it's good the Elections Committee has already started putting in place measures, and I believe they are going to carry it through to ensure that people come. It will also apply to the NDC when they come and when they are doing their primaries. And they also have the same advice that we shall give to them, because we need, as Kodeo, we want strong competition. We want credible competitors. Then we want free and fair environment so that we can say Ghanaians have gotten a candidate, a president they want. That's what we want. So it's an advice to both parties when it gets to their primaries.
I think it's something I've always advocated for, that I feel as stakeholders and leaders in various constituencies, I don't believe we should come out openly to declare for a particular candidate. I mean, our minorities...
But you have some of your colleagues
yes,
who are leaders.
Some are doing it. I personally don't believe it's the right way to go.
So you have not declared
no, I have not.
For either of the candidates?
No, I have not, because I've seen the repercussions. I've seen what happens when you want to build consensus and come together. It makes it extremely difficult. You can definitely, so everybody has a preferred candidate. You can do that behind the scenes, but coming out openly sometimes antagonizes your
very often
other
when
people.
they do that is to catch the eye of whoever is going to win.
Yes.
So that when the person wins, I supported you openly.
Yes, yes. But then it has the other side of the coin. It's a double-edged sword. And I feel politics is a game of numbers. You might end up losing some people, and your candidate might not win. At the end of the day, people should remember. We should remember that the flag bearer is not the president. The flag bearer cannot give you jobs and opportunities. So January 31st is just the first step of the rebuilding process. He is not in a position to offer jobs and opportunities because he's yet the president. So there's no point in tearing each other apart just to get a flag bearer and not become the president. That is why some of us are always advocating for unity, coming togetherness, and to tone down on some of the statements we make, especially in the public, against the other flag bearers. We need everybody on board because we can't afford to let Ghanaians down. Ghanaians are looking at us. There's a certain image Ghanaians have of the MPP. We need to go back and present ourselves as the formidable force in this country. And I know with the MPP, once we rebrand ourselves with the right candidates to lead us, and the Ghanaians, the NDC will lose 2020 because already we've seen a lot of flaws. Their propaganda is exposing them.
Okay. Is the NDC fielding Johnson and Ketia?
I hope so.
Oh, you hope so?
Because he's clearly showed that even though he dresses like a president, he doesn't speak like a president. How do you say a development should only come to an area where the MP has to be an NDC member? That is so wrong.
Or is the NDC fielding Julius Deborah? Because I've seen a lot of engagements of him.
Let me address the issue. I mean, I give you two examples. Chiefs and people visited His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, the president. And he said, you didn't even vote for me and my candidate. So you don't expect anything from me.
But
that one
developments
we've had
were still
it. Now,
going
I
on.
mean, we've had it from a president.
Okay.
A president.
Okay.
He's comparing a president from a potential president. So if the potential president is to be believed, perhaps he has torn a leaflet from the book that was used by the president then.
Okay.
So he should not be the one telling us. In case it is wrong, he shouldn't be the one telling us now. We had the flooding in Volta. When Nana Akufo-Addo went there and said, you people cry, you don't vote for me. Or you didn't vote for me. Why should I? So let's not use that as an example, lest you will get bent. That's my advice to him.
Okay.
But that's
now,
in the past.
let me come back to the
That
idea,
is in the past.
the thing you were saying, whether NDC is putting forward
Johnson
Asiedun Ketia
or Julius Deborah.
or Julius Deborah
So,
or Haruna
it will look
Idrisu
like a
or-
J from John Mohammed to either of the J's.
Oh, no, I believe it's going to be an open field.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, the NDC is thinking about Haruna Idrisu. Okay.
Yes. Oh, if you look at even the info analytics polls, yes, Haruna is up there. Yes, 2 polls they've done. Haruna is up there. So I think that they have spoken to people who feel that even if Haruna hadn't got the idea of contesting, having had opinion polls twice, I think one of them, he was leading.
Yeah.
Yes, he was leading the pack. So even if you don't have the idea that I want to contest and the opinion polls are putting you among the first 2, I think you will sit back and say, let me consider this. NDC will go through a very fine election process. Remember, unlike the MPP that is maintaining the old delegates to have the election, NDC will have the branch elections, the constituency elections, the regional elections, the national elections, before potential presidential candidate election.
Okay.
So it is way from here. Now, Johnson Asiedun Ketia will be dressing like a president, as he says, a presidential material. He is a very good strategist.
Okay.
He is a very good strategist.
Okay.
Don't take that. Yesterday, before when we met at the VLA office in Akwatia, one of my guys walked to me and shook my hand and said, General has changed a lot of things in Akwatia. He's a very good strategist.
Now that you mentioned DVLA, is it not interesting that you are launching a DVLA office just 2 days before the election?
Yes, I was coming to that. Okay. I was there. I mean, optics. A number of them had been lined up within this last week to this week, including the one in Asamankese will coming out this week, etc. They are all lined up way before.
So why didn't the DVLA boss commission the one in Asamankese before?
No, they had the time in.
Okay.
Indeed, this particular trade that they want to do, they wanted His Excellency the President to be present. Okay. So if you see the original flyer way back, before the EC announced their date. Yes, so it is not. We are in government, lady. We are in government. Okay. If we want to use the type of development, last-minute development that MPP uses, we'll not be doing just DVLA. I mean, roads were being asphalted overnight.
Yes.
I
remember very well in Kumewu.
Yes, roads were being asphalted. Then I saw your guy saying that goodies are going to be shared, and when they bring them, it's going to be the funeral contribution. So everybody, the people of Akwatia are going to vote for Bernard, not based on any goodies. Indeed, the current MPP candidate, I understand that was once represented, or when he has legal issues, he consults Bernard. Which better way than for you to show loyalty than to call him tomorrow evening to say, Law, you've been my senior, you've been representing me. Today you are going to represent me again in Parliament. I am urging the people of Akwatia, if you are anywhere in the world and you are listening to me now, and you have somebody who has a vote in Akwatia, call the person to say they should vote for Bernard, number 2.
Okay, I'll bring you an invoice after
Number 1.
And I'll bring you an invoice too. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's Ronnie Nicole. He's former Deputy MD for State Housing Company, and he's a member of the NPP Communications team. Theophilus Jimega Esquire Jr. is an engineer, private legal practitioner, and a member of the NDC Communications team. And Paul Nanakwabna Abrampamensa is a programs manager, team lead, security and local governance at CDD. My name is Lily Mohammed. I am back after this. Let's talk about the Ga youth shortly.
Mornings.
You're welcome back to the show. This is still GHToday here on GHOne TV. The Ga people have been in the news lately for a lot of reasons. And there's the issue of Obake. There's the issue of the sprinkling of pokwe and harm that has been caused to some people. Unfortunately, we've lost lives as a result of that. However, there are still some persons who think that they need to come together as young people and then promote the issues of the Galand. And this morning, I've been joined in studio by Awulana Akwali, Ni Ampim Dako, and Ni Anumle Oyanka. They are with the Ga Youth Forum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
We are fine. We are fine by God's
grace.
Obake.
How do you respond? Me hearing no, right? Like I know. Right. So let's talk about the issues surrounding the Ga state. A lot has been said, a lot has been perceived, and a lot has been implied. Not too long ago, overnight or over the weekend, we had that the sprinkling of pokwe, which is very synonymous with the celebration of Homowo, has unfortunately led to the loss of lives. Why is the celebration of a festival that is supposed to foster unity, bring people together, bringing people to their graves instead? Let me start with you, Nyanle.
So good morning again to your good self and then to US. Okay, so as you said, festival, as we all know, is supposed to bring people together and it's supposed to foster unity and progress for the community that celebrates.
Hold on for me. The people cannot hear you, so let me come to him. Okay. Then I can quickly work on the microphone. But let's talk about the issues surrounding the gas state. He started talking about your issues, factions, and even before we came on air, you're talking about what resulted in what we saw over the weekend.
Yes. In fact, we were very shocked of that incident because if you look at the celebration as a whole, it went smoothly before this incident occurred. We are yet to investigate to get the insight of what really transpired. But what information we gathered, which we are still, we wanted to investigate further to arrive at what the solution to the problem, was that there are two factions, and one seemed not to be the royal, the other is a royal, and they all have their jurisdiction, but one party entered into the jurisdiction of the other, and the man who was shot, the chief who was shot, got that information, so he quickly asked for an enforcement from the police service and to go and then stop the people. That's the information we had, and when they got there, he was shot. Unfortunately, in fact, we wish the father of the chief, and we give him our condolences, and we pray that such a thing will not occur again. However, we believe that this, like you said, the celebration, the reason for the celebration is to foster unity and love among the Ghan people. And that is why after the sprinkling of Kokwe, the Sunday, we call it Ngowala, meaning that we pray for our people who have come from afar and near, that God should preserve their soul, their spirit, their body, their family, and God should give them longer life, and God should also give them that spirit of love, to love one another, so that the next year we will see ourselves again. But it's rather unfortunate that this incident has happened. But as Ghan Youth Forum, which is the Gadangbe Youth Forum, we will delve deep into it. We are not into chieftaincy affairs, but we are concerned about the youth. And
because if you look at the persons that died, they were young people.
Exactly.
That's the human resource base of the Gas State.
Exactly. And you know, because Accra is cosmopolitan somehow, some of the youth are not Ghans. They are not even Dangbes. They come from different ethnic groups, but they have come to reside here. And they have assimilated our culture, and they have also added their culture and behavior to ours. And some of our youth have also assimilated theirs. So it's something that we are trying to make sure that we will bring a lasting solution to that. And this involves orientation and conscientization and sensitization, so that the people will know that we are all one. In as much as we come from different background or ethnic background, we are one. But then our land is for the Gans and the Dangbes. And we, the Gans and Dangbes, must protect our land and bring back our culture of humility and hospitality to our people.
Okay.
So we'll look at that.
Okay. Nyanimile, you were making a point before I went to him. Some people say the gas space or the gas state is becoming endangered. Do they have a point? You're welcome back to the show. We do apologize for that abrupt break. You were talking. Please go ahead. Once again, I mean, you know that technology sometimes is not your best ally. But then let's have a smooth conversation about the Guide Forum. Now, you're talking about Greater Accra being a cosmopolitan place. Yeah.
Yeah, so Accra happens to be the smallest region when you look at the topography of the nation. And then 1/4 to 1/3 of the whole population is in Accra. Government has taken a greater portion of our land for the ministries, for the agency, the seat of government, and all that. Our language is also under a lot of pressure because when we started growing up, any school that is situated or located in Accra happens that they teach Ga. Okay, for over 10 to 15 years now, it looks like the Ga language is not being taught in school. When you look at the education policy that underpins some of these things, that's at the L1, it is stipulated that at the basic level, the mode of teaching should be the people's local language. But it happens that in Accra, these things are not done. Okay, apart from the government taking our land, okay, people trooping in here, they creating a whole lot of filth, and all that in the metropolis is becoming a bother. There's a reason why the capital city was moved from Cape Coast to Accra. It was because Accra was a serene place, and then the area was very neat and all that. But people trooping to Accra is actually becoming a bother to us, especially our language, especially on our festival. You know, when we are about celebrating our festival, we do something we call Aduma. There is a month on silence that they use to perform certain rituals and certain customary rites, okay, before the celebration is done. It is expected that any resident within the Greater Accra jurisdiction need to observe that month of silence. But it looks like it's being taken for granted. The churches are not respecting that. Other religious bodies are not respecting that, which is becoming a bother. Okay, so when you just oppose all this or you take all this into consideration, you realize that Accra and the Ghana people are under a serious threat of losing their identity and of losing their custom and their culture.
Okay. Let's talk about the issue of Obake, and many say that it's come a little too late. Yeah. Do they have genuine concerns?
This, for the want of a better expression, the hula baloo about this Obake issue is a bit unfounded because at first we know that there's only one international airport in the whole of Ghana, which is the Kotoka International Airport, and they placed the Akwaba thing over there, which we do not have any problem as a people. Okay, but God being so good, now there is an airport in Kumasi. There is airport in the Volta region, and there's airports in the northern part of the country. I think Western region, there's an airport over there. Okay, so when you go to those airports, you see that
two airports actually up north. There's one in Tama and there's one in Wa.
Fantastic. So when you go to Kumasi Airport, you see Akwaba over there. When you go to Volta region, their airport, you see Wezo over there. When you go to the north, you see they are written, is it Maraba also? Maraba also over there. So why is it that when the Ghanaians are raising this issue, genuine issue, people want to take it out of context and then create a whole lot of issues around it? It is our land, for crying out loud. Okay. The airport is located here in Accra. Even the lease on the airport is expired. It needs to be renewed. Okay. So we have realized that we're being taken for granted. We are being shortchanged in so many ways. And it is time that we also rise and then make our voices known.
But you also mentioned that it is a cosmopolitan.
Good. Cosmopolitan doesn't mean that we should be extinct on our land. Okay, we have grievances, we have issues. We also want to be heard. When you go to South Africa, when you go to the Johannesburg and all that, their kings are being respected and being revered. The people are being respected and they are being revered. Australia, when you go there, the indigenous, it got to a time they were getting lost in the system. But they rose up and then their voices were heard, and then issues that concern them were also attended to. It is similar thing we want to replicate over here. In the olden days, before independence, the Ghanaians play a very crucial role in the build-up of the state. When it comes to independence, you see prominent Ghanaians that work to bring the independence of Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, who became the first president and the prime minister of Ghana, stood on the Ghana land and then became the prime minister. Odo constituency. Akwatia, he fought, and then Ghana gained independence. Ninkwabena Bone, he fought 1948 riot, and Ghana gained independence. And the likes. When you mention the first doctor in Ghana, it is a Ghana man. When you mention the first chief justice that we had in Ghana, Ni Olenu is a Ghana man. When you look at the first Bank of Ghana governor in Ghana, is a Ghana man. When you look at the first police IGP, Mr. Majite, he's a Ghana man. Where have all these things got into? So the impression being created about guns and then we being pushed into extinction is getting over our neck, for the want of a better expression. So we, the youth, we are rallying ourselves under the auspices of the government that the lost glories that has swindled us, we want to go back and take them and then put Ghana on the radar again. Okay.
Aula, I see you are in a branded shirt. What is it about?
Okay, firstly, I want to greet your viewers. Then I want to say blushing. When me Anumle was talking, I was blushing because first this gang, and where are all those things? People think, oh, guys, they are lazy. Oh, guys, they just sit at the insurance, then they don't do anything. So this is why the Ghana Youth Forum is here. Okay. And the Ghana Youth Forum, as you see, Ghana, G-A, it stands for Ghana and Gadangbe. So that is the Gadangbes. Okay. Yes, all the youth in the Gadangbe. This is a forum for us to come together and then lift ourselves up once again. Okay. So this time around, we are launching it just this 3rd September. That is Wednesday, right after the Akwatia elections. Yes. So we are launching it, the Ghana Youth Forum. And then our special guest of honor, our very own Gamanche, Niga. Okay. King Takitiako Chu II. Yes, the king of Accra. Okay. He's coming. Because this thing is very special to him than any other person. So we want every Ghana youth, Gadangbe youth out there to take this opportunity. I went to Ghanaian Senior High School. Then our motto is Carpe Diem, which means seize the opportunity. So I don't play with any opportunity at all. So I want every Gadangbe youth out there to seize this opportunity. On Wednesday, we are going to register at least 1,000, 2,000 youths and more 5,000 Gadangbe youths. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we want everyone to be there. The venue is the John Wesley Methodist Cathedral inside the Odododio constituency Palladium. Then the program starts at 9 a.m.
Okay, 9 a.m. All right. Who and who will be there?
The forum, we have Magdan. Our elder brother, he will be there. Niama, he will also be there. One of the finest entrepreneurs in Ghana now. Yes, he will also be there. Our brother, elder brother.
You mean Richard Niamakwe?
Yes. And then our brother, Dr. Ishmael Niamano Dodu, the head of 24-hour economy, finance, in charge of finance and prospects and development. Yes, you also be there. And these are people, Malik Basintali, the CEO of YE. Yes, we have also extended our invitation to him and he has accepted to come. And our brother Randy Abbey, Dr. Randy Abbey, of Cocoa Board, yes, he will also be there. And we have a lot of prominent people and also the chiefs and queens from the Greater Accra region. That is from, we call it Langma to Adan Shuilao. The Adan queen will also be there, Nana Manyeyo the first. And the queen mother of Santor Division, Nana Nabole Abebio the second, will also be there. We have other kings, the 7 clans of Gamashi will all be there. We have Bese, Otublohum, Sempe, Akamaje, all of them will be there. We have a lot of people who have invited who will be there. And then the one who will chair the program too is Reverend Abraham Lamte. Yes, he will also be there. And other
is it open?
It's open to everybody. As for the youth, it is open to everybody. Yes, they are our special guests. We love them. We want them to come and see what we are doing. And we want them to involve themselves because together we can build our Greater Accra region, which is the Gadangbe land. Together we can build it. So without them, we cannot do it. They are our lifeblood and we need them. So the youth, we have extended our hands to you. Please come in your numbers and let's make this thing happen to build Greater Accra, the Gadangbe.
Okay. All right.
To add to...
Yes.
To add to my brother's point, We are expecting Nashoko to be
okay
on the bill.
Okay.
He's supposed to be around. We are expecting Nayeli Hammond,
Yeah.
the Ghana most beautiful first runner-up 2023.
Okay.
And then we are expecting George Quay to be present.
Okay.
We are expecting Citizen Arthur to be there.
Oh, okay.
A whole lot of. We are expecting Johnny Hughes to be there. Okay, so it's going to be one of the finest programs we're going to have in recent times. We want to rally all the Ghana youth. In fact, the name, the GHOne, also stands for Greater Accra Forum.
Okay.
So any other person who is not even a Ghana, a Dangbe, like yourself, you are also invited. You want to see your beautiful self.
But have you invited the Greater Accra Regional Minister? As well?
She's representing. The Mayor of Accra is representing.
Okay.
The DBLA boss is also representing.
Yes.
And all of them. It's going to be a nice program.
Okay.
This is a special vehicle on the heart of the King of Accra.
Right.
He really wants to rally all the youth, put our heads together, put resources together, put strategies together, and see how best we will change the status quo when it comes to issues that are confronting the Ghana Adangbe.
Okay.
Okay, so issues that is bordering on education is very key to him, so that the impression that is being created that the Ghanaians do not go to school and all that, we need to change that mindset.
Right.
Okay, issues of job creation and job opportunities. We see some of our youth, of course, in every area, they say there's Mensa in every house.
Sure.
Okay, so when it comes to Accra, too, we see some of these issues over there, issues of job opportunities and all that. We want to create that opportunity and help the youth, those who want to go into skill training, those who want to further their education, those who want to go into the security services and all that.
Okay.
We want to create the platform for everybody to get those opportunities.
Okay.
So it's going to be a massive, very massive program.
Okay.
The King of Accra.
So this Wednesday, every young person who is a Gadangbe,
Yes.
please make your way to the John Wesley Methodist Hall at Palladium, 9 a.m. Go and discuss issues that pertains to your own development. Thank you very much.
Item 30 is available.
You know, that is why that is where I am interested.
You know,
so let's go there this Wednesday.
Yeah, it's very, very important.
Absolutely, I agree. So that's Ni Anumle Oyanka, Ni Ampimdaku, and Awula Nakwali. They are from the Ghana Youth Forum. This Wednesday, they are launching the Ghana Youth Forum under the auspices of the King of Accra. Let's do some celebrations now. This is my director's sister. Happy birthday, last baby Belinda. We love you from the Baninis. You are the younger sister of our able director, Ruben Eden Banini. May your birthday be the start of a year filled with peace, happiness, and success. Abedi Enim from Nitaiko. Your smile lights up my world. Your laugh is my favorite sound, and your love is the greatest thing I've ever known. I'm so grateful for your heart, your strength, your kindness, and the way you make everything better by just being you. May you find inner peace, divine favor, and good health as you celebrate your birthday today. From Kofi. Oh, wow. Interesting name. That's it for the show. My name is Lily Mohammed. I'll see you again at 11:30 a.m. for the midday news bulletin. Have a good one.